believers.
Less.
But the S is all dollar signs. Oh my with the super duper pants.
Less.
S is all dollar signs. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh, hello everybody. Welcome thank you for joining us for week 3 of May the R Bless You. Now that WATTO is in full screen, he can realize that perhaps his headphones are getting tangled in the very nature of his face. Hello everybody. I'm going to resolve this issue while announcing this show. My name is WATTO, the Flying Space Jew, and announcer of the George Lucas talk show. A talk show hosted by retired filmmaker and creator of the world's most successful joke, George Lucas. We used to perform at the UCB Theater, which was shut down. So now we do it live once a week on PLANET SCUM. And through a long backstory that I don't really care to explain, we now just watch an entire season of ARLI every Sunday to raise money for a good cause. And hey, no shortage of causes to raise money for this week. We're raising money for the National Bail Fund. We had announced that it was going to be the Brooklyn Bail Fund, but then what happened is they got too much money. So they said, give it to other places. Here's the proof that we're not just fleecing people. I know WATTO has a reputation for being a bit of a wheeler dealer, but I want to reestablish WATTO only enslaves white people. And that might seem problematic for me to say this early on in the stream, but hey, I have no idea how we're going to be funny for 6 hours. So, National Bail Fund will allocate the funds we raise to whatever cities need that bail money the most. Okay, we're giving money to the National Bail Fund Network, and hopefully we will come up with some good incentives to make people donate. Already $25 gets you a signed headshot from Robert Wool, Arliss himself. $75 gets you a headshot signed by Robert Wool, Jim Turner, and Michael Boatman. Why are those prices so low? I don't know. Ask them. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, giving me time to then put my headphones back in, George Lucas.
I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Welcome to week 3 of our ARLIS charity watchathon. It's very nice to see you, WATTO.
Also, why haven't you said it's nice to see my friend?
It's very nice to see Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is your friend?
He's my little friend.
I have to say, he's not, he doesn't work for you, does he, WATTO? Is he really your friend?
No, he doesn't work for me. He's too young to work for me. I did buy him, though.
Well, that's fine, then.
I bought him, and I own him now.
All right, that's okay. We're already off to a hugely problematic start, and we have a lot of.
He's a baby.
Right. Mm-hmm.
He can't work.
Well, I think right up.
Job is drinking a little bowl of soup.
That's a good job. Then that would be okay if that's the job. Just drinking a little bowl of soup.
A little bowl of soup.
We were going to be raising money. We were going to continue raising money for the Museum of the Moving Image. We were going to do that because we found out if we raise enough money for them, we'll get our show's name on the back of one of the seats. So we thought that'd be fun. But if you've been following the news, it's been a bad week. And we thought, well, if we're going to do something, we promised we would keep doing this. And so, we didn't want to call it off.
No.
But we thought, well, maybe we can do this, and in some small way we can help out a little bit. And then
And I was going to say, it's worth noting, we might not be funny at all this week.
That's okay.
And I know some wiseacres in the comments might be quoting our finest comedian, Rudy Giuliani, and saying, why start now?
Why start now? Classic post-traumatic joke.
He was so good on SNL. He was one of my favorite cast members ever.
I think he was I don't think he was ever a cast member. I think he was featured player.
A cast member.
I think he was featured. I think he was
featured.
Yeah.
What about Alec Baldwin? Was he ever main cast or just featured?
No, just host. No host. He's just part of the Five Timers Club.
What about Trump?
No, hasn't hosted enough to be in the Five Timers Club, and he's not good enough at reading the cue cards to really be asked back for another hosting gig.
My favorite thing was when he hosted that. I think literally between both times he hosted, there were a grand total of 3 sketches in which he didn't play himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first time pointedly, every sketch was just, here's Donald Trump in a different circumstance.
Yes. I think he was worse than any professional athlete. Most professional athletes did much better at sketch. I think that a lot of politicians have done much better at sketch, and business people.
Yes. And this is not a matter of political opinion. He was objectively one of the worst performers to ever host the show, if not the very worst.
He would have brought down the Star Wars Holiday Special. That's how poor he is at sketch.
He's a real
really bringing it to him this week.
In a certain way, he's the Mace Window of comedy. Because when he shows up, this party's over. No.
Mace is a good guy. Patrick is taking a nap. Patrick Cotton, our producer, is asleep right now.
He's taking a nap.
Part of why we're being quiet is
hush, little Patrick,
don't say a word.
Comment.
Papa is going to donate money to the National Bail Fund Network to help people. Yeah, that's not a joke, but that's the new ending to that song.
There are 2 things we're going to say right now that are gravely serious, that are not a joke at all. Fact number 1, we are raising money for the National Bail Fund. Fact number 2, not a joke, very serious. Patrick is fast asleep. And fact number 3, if you sing Hush Little Baby to a child now, particularly this week, you have to change the lyric. You can't say that Papa's going to buy you a diamond ring. This is not the time. No time for
to be purchasing luxury items when you could be helping people. So if you sing that song to people, it's hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's going to donate money to the National Bail Fund Network to help people out. Oh,
hi guys. How are you? Can we tell people what the National Bail Fund Network is?
I think I said, right? It is an organization that allocates money to the cities that need bail most in light of the protests happening nationwide, correct? Were you sleeping when I announced that?
Yeah, did you not have a dream in which someone said that? Because sometimes when you hear things when you're asleep, they enter your dreams.
Like your alarm becoming part of the narrative.
Yeah.
Of the dream.
Guys, I want to ask, before we start, how much do you think we've raised?
Right now?
I don't know.
Already?
Yeah, already, right now.
At least $25.
At least $25, $400. What do you want the first goal to be? Let's say that.
Let's let the people decide.
You want us to set a goal and find out if we've already surpassed it.
Yes.
I think $500 or $250, right? I think that's the first goal. I think this week we want to raise a lot of money this week.
Yeah.
So what are we saying? 250? 250 is the first stretch goal?
What do you want that goal to be? What do you want to have to do?
Let's let the people decide. Let's get some ideas from the comments.
Okay.
because we don't know what people want.
No.
We're already giving the people what they want, which is season 3 of Arliss.
Yes.
We're doing it for a good cause, so we hope that some people in the comments will have some ideas that are feasible. They have to be feasible.
Yeah.
People saying.
Anyone suggest anything so far? Oh, we'll give Baby Yoda an Arliss name. That's a perfectly doable thing. I say we do that if we've hit $100.
I think if we hit $1, that's very easy.
If we hit $1, that's a $1.
That's a $1
stretch goal.
Yeah. Watto should chug that energy drink.
I'll do it via a straw. Is that the 250 goal? I have to continue sipping this through a straw.
No, not sipping. Single sip.
That's a good one.
It will happen in one fell motion. Okay, that's the goal. That's $250.
Great. Start going.
What are we up to, Patrick?
Right now we are at 261.
I love it. Okay, thank you all. Here we go. This is going to suck.
Well, while you're doing that, let's all make sure we have Arliss up. It's on HBO Max, guys, if you have HBO Max.
This is the first week in which we take it
to the max.
To the max.
Taking it to the max. It's also on HBOgo, HBOnow, any of the HBOs.
It's very easy and simple to remember.
Also, if you want to tweet to people about what we're doing today, feel free to use pictures, photographs of the character Bail Organa, played by Jimmy Smits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, right. Okay.
Because that's one of the most positive associations that people have with Bail is Jimmy Smits as Bail Organa, Princess Leia's father.
Yes.
Who was blown up when the planet Alderaan was destroyed by the Death Star.
People should make memes, and I'm saying no comedy here, very dry.
No comedy, just memes.
That is just a photo or a GIF of Bail Organa, and then just saying very cleanly, it's time to donate to the National Bail Fund Network.
bit.ly/GLTS gives.
Okay, now I'm queuing up Arliss. Do we want to start the episode, and then I will start chugging as the episode begins?
Yeah.
Sure.
We're starting at 3:15, right? So we're a minute away from starting.
1 minute.
No, we're about 15 seconds away.
God, I'm so tempted to watch Friends. It's finally available again.
Finally.
I got to watch Arliss. Look, there he is.
Right
in between True Blood and Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker. Okay.
All right, Watto, are you ready?
Episode 1. My job is to get jobs. Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, it's loading. And there's the HBO
Loading.
static. Here we go.
HBO Max. All right. Adult content and adult language.
Watto, let's
And here
turn
we go.
down your volume.
All right.
Great.
And Arliss, the opening credits, I don't see that they've changed, although I think there might be some different file footage in here.
Guys, if we make 80,000 today, we will absolutely marathon all the seasons of Friends.
I want to
If we
show
make
you
80,000 today, I guarantee you this: we will marathon the entire run of Friends.
I want to show you how immediately bloodshot my eyes got from doing that. I am not joking when I say that hurts a lot, and I already feel greatly uncomfortable, and I have brain freeze and a stomach ache immediately. People are not supposed to drink that much carbonation that quickly, but the cause is very important this week.
Andy T. Germ is suggesting, would we roll right into Friends today? I'll say if we raise $80,000 today,
Correct.
I think we start tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll take off the week from work.
Yes.
I might have to start on Tuesday.
Okay. George will start on Tuesday.
We will figure it out.
Watto and I will start tomorrow. George will start on Tuesday and just be like 2 seasons behind.
Or I'll do what I can, but I do have things that I can't avoid.
I feel so fucking bad immediately. This is crazy. We have 13 goddamn episodes to watch.
Hold on.
Watto's gonna die.
Arliss,
Wow, someone in the comments is saying they removed Dan Marino from the intro.
What?
oh.
This is unacceptable.
No, it's acceptable. It's just a special edition. It's just you got to make it special.
We got to make it special. Sometimes you make
I'm
it
all
by adding
in
something,
favor
sometimes you
of
take something out.
Yeah.
Right now, right off the bat, Arliss is in a car. He's talking to it looks like prisoners who are on a cleaning crew.
Oh boy, this is unfortunately.
And there's an officer with a gun who interferes.
I think the vein is coming back.
Oh my gosh.
Earliest it's ever come.
And
all of Friends is over 82 hours.
yeah, we're not going to do it all in one shot. We're gonna levy it. We're gonna break it out. We're gonna break it up.
This idea just came up. If we're doing Friends, we're gonna have to work a little bit to figure out the schedule. The point is, $80,000 will do it.
Yeah.
We'll figure out the terms.
It's not even. We'll figure out how to. We'll figure out how to do it. We will figure out how to do it. But you have to bring the $80,000 before I'm even going to talk about how it works. I'm not agreeing to how it works until we get the $80,000. Are we even up to 400?
I'll say this. What do we want the next stretch goal to be?
420.
420?
It's funny.
Okay, someone in the comments, let us know what you want the goal, like the action to be if we make $420.
We're gonna set more goals than ever this week because we want to raise so much fucking money.
Watto.
Yeah,
I agree, Watto. You're just going a little hard really fast.
I just drank an entire can.
That's not my fault. That is not my fault.
I did it for charity.
Yeah.
For a good cause. And, okay, for the Weisenheimer saying at 420, Watto chugs another energy drink. Hey, unfortunately, Watto literally went out to buy more energy drinks right before this, and he couldn't find them in stock anywhere. So that's the only one I got. I won't be fooled again.
What do you have, Watto? What do you have in your kitchen?
Here's a good one. At 420, Watto has to chill out.
That is a good one.
That's a good goal. I'll do it! At $420, I'll chill out!
Okay, guys, let's have one more donation, please.
What are we up to?
Do you really want to know?
Yeah.
406.
Come on, motherfuckers! $14 and I'll take a fucking chill pill! My baby is trying to sleep!
Watto, what company is that baby from?
Mattel.
Oh, okay. You're not getting the Sideshow one?
Lot of competing Baby Yoda products out there. Watto's been tempted to double or triple dip, but ultimately from the early photos he's seen, from people who have gotten product in hand, the Mattel one seemed to be the best combination of screen accuracy, quality of materials, and size. The Sideshow one hasn't shipped yet. It's a question mark.
Okay.
Are we at 420 yet?
Let's find out. I want to sort of keep this going for a little bit.
Well, we can have it. We can always have it back at 500.
We're not at 420.
I want to say something. Watto is wearing headphones this week because it's hotter outside and he needed to crank his AC at full maximum noise-causing volume in order to stay sane during this. I would like to announce that I am currently broken out into cold sweat. I swear to God, I am freezing cold. I feel on the verge of shivering, but also I'm covered in sweat. Someone please donate $16 goddamn dollars.
Yeah. I think, Watto, you're going to have to make it more unpleasant. Right now, it's too entertaining.
Calm down, Watto. Okay. Calm
down. Okay, so Watto will get amped again at 600.
Sure. Watto's got No, that's not good.
What?
I'll do a special surprise at 1,000.
Whoa.
Let's set up some new goals. 1,000, a special surprise.
I'm going to write this down. Hang on. I'm going to write this down because too often we don't write it down and we get...
Okay, here are the next immediate stretch goals.
I assumed you were writing it down all the time.
Nope.
Yeah.
You need to be writing it down, Patrick.
Yeah,
that's
Patrick, why don't you grab your nearest dream journal and write it down? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, when I was producing Willow, I wrote everything down.
Write it in a dream journal, Naptrick. Okay.
When I was producing Powell Kotze, I was writing everything down. All right, when I produced More American Graffiti, guess what I did? I wrote everything down. When you're a producer, you write things down.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, we'll blow up BB8 at 88888.
Okay, now at $666, Watto gets amped again.
Okay.
Yes, Rainy
Okay, that's great.
nailed it. Okay, now someone is saying
Perfect.
Watto got to eat ice cream at 420. Watto has a lot of ice cream. He can down some pints. It's not.
How about at 4,200?
Thank you. 4,200. Watto down ice cream. $1,000. George.
Hang on.
What?
4,200. Watto downs an entire pint of ice cream.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what we're saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You didn't specify that.
Yes. At 4,200, Watto will down an entire pint of ice cream.
Yeah.
Watto, I think you need to chill out even a little bit more. I think they did pay for you to be chill.
Sorry.
You need to bring it down even a little bit.
I want to make this very clear. I'm trying to be chill, and my body is fighting against the chill.
Yeah.
How much for us to watch George's episode of the OC immediately after this season?
What's the zip code for the OC? Can we come up with a number that is funny, that is linked to the zip code for Orange County where the characters would live? You know what?
Sure. Hang on.
Now, right now in episode 1 of season 3, Arliss and Rita are having a debate about racism within the NFL. And Arliss thinks that money matters more than prejudice, but Sandro is telling him, nope, this is a racial problem. So I have a feeling that by the end of this episode that Arliss is going to learn that there are deeper motivations and prejudices that go beyond common sense, that go beyond practical matters, because they're so ingrained in our culture. So right at the beginning of season 3, we're already dealing with things that are still relevant today, sadly.
This is what I'm going to say, Patrick, okay?
Yes.
It looks like the zip codes for Orange County span from roughly 92857 to 92886 something. Let's set it at, if we hit 9,285.
Yeah.
Okay, 9,285. We watched the episode of the OC right after. We barrel straight into it.
Yeah.
9,285. Okay.
$9,285.
Okay. Someone in the comments is saying, when PayPaling from Canada, PayPal adds a 15% fee. I would rather donate directly to the fund. I will get you a link to that. And then just forward us the email with the receipt just so we know and we can add it to the total.
Yeah. Oh, God. Watto's nose is running so much. Let me wipe it off. Okay, I think these are some good stretch goals. I'm trying so hard to stay chill.
Yeah.
Watto's going to eat some chicken and rice while he tries to take it a little bit easy. I mean, I'm still going to bring merriment and joy to the people, but Watto might need a little nutrition. Oh, also, here's my HBO pillow. Now, I should mention, Watto ordered an Arliss poster that is still not arrived 10 days later. I was hoping I was going to have an Arliss poster behind
Patrick, get on board. Patrick, get on board.
What's up? Oh,
Where's
sorry.
Patrick?
I'm looking for the link.
Patrick, I'm trying to stay chill. God help me. Get your goddamn pillow.
It's here.
Okay, Patrick, please. Watto is really
Okay, Patrick, please. Patrick, this is no dream. This is no dream. This is really happening.
Okay.
Here's another stretch goal, okay?
Yeah.
This is a classic one. At 69.69. $6,969. Watto puts the condom on his nose and keeps it on for the rest of the live stream.
I'll also say this, Watto, you should probably prep starting to get amped again. We're not there yet, but
I don't think he needs to prep for that. I think that Watto is always on the razor's edge. He's ready to.
It is ironically taking more energy for me to stay calm than it would for me to get amped.
Yeah.
But I'm going to eat some chicken and rice now.
So outline the stretch goals we've laid out so far.
666, Watto gets amped again. 888, BB8.
It's inflate again.
Yeah. 1,000, George has a special surprise.
Yeah.
4,200, Watto downs an entire pint of ice cream. 69.69, nose condom. 9,285 OC.
Let's, in the comments, I want people to vote on whether the special surprise at 1,000 should be with a spoon or without a spoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just based on whatever the clear, if there's a clear majority. If it's close, I'm going to choose it myself. So it has to be a landslide. People need to speak up. How many people are watching right now?
150-ish.
All right. So people, make your voice be heard in the comments. Special surprise at 1,000.
Everyone's saying no spoon.
All right. No spoon?
No spoon.
All right. Remember when it happens, you asked for no spoon.
Okay, guys, I am going to put the link to the bail fund, the Act Blue, inside the chat. So stop commenting no spoon so everyone can find it.
Never stop commenting no spoon.
Someone update me on what happened in the last 5 seconds.
Don't try to, Patrick, when a democratic function is occurring, do not try to get in the way of that by saying no more voting. I said people should make their voices heard.
Okay, are people arguing about whether or not I can use a spoon?
Yes.
For the ice cream?
Yes.
I'm going to suggest this, and I'm going to regret it immediately. Where are the two of you landing on the spoon versus no spoon divide?
For a full pint of ice cream?
Yes.
I'd say no spoon would probably be more memorable because that's not the way that anyone eats ice cream unless it's a coned ice cream. If it's a pint of ice cream, I would suggest that when we get within 1,000 of that, you take the ice cream out of wherever it is so you can soften it up, make it easier to go spoonless.
Here's what I'm going to suggest. I want to make it clear. This is a very important cause this week, and we want to raise a lot of money. Watto remembers reading an interview with Jared Leto, one of Watto's closest friends, and infer from that what he will. That in order to play Mark David Chapman in the very, very seen movie Chapter 27, in order to gain rate for that role, he would microwave pints of ice cream and drink them. Watto is putting that on the table. For $4,200, Watto will sans spoon, put a pint of ice cream in the microwave, and then try to chug it.
Okay. People are saying get the Spoon Man Mike Mitchell for the ice cream stretch goal. I mean, I think someone here could maybe burn that ask, but that's up to the person here.
We're not going to burn that ask. You have to everybody has to do what they can, and we're doing what we can. This is what we can do.
No, I'll say, look, that ask could be burned. We'll also say, Mike the Spoon Man Mitchell fully agreed to do this live stream the first time we did it, and then just kind of didn't show up. So it is not for lack of trying. But the man has a bit of a reputation, only second to Watto, maybe, in that regard.
We could always send a Mitch.pizza to him and see if it works.
Hey, look, I think that's a great idea. If anyone is on the Mitch.pizza, if you're on the text chain, if you're on the email, if you're on any of those, please send it to Mike the Spoon Man Mitchell. He's aware of this thing existing because at one point he said, I would love to do it.
I think he also talked about it on the podcast a few weeks ago. Too.
I'm pretty sure he did. Sure he did. Yeah. It's a great man.
Yeah.
Okay, what are we at right now?
We should talk about the show really quick.
Yes.
George, how do you feel about... Oh, hey, Watto, you better get amped, baby.
What are we at?
We're there. We're at 691.
We're at 691!
I'm willing to set... Is there an area where we have a large gap between stretch goals, a high area where we want to put something in the middle?
Where's the gap, Patrick?
Between 1,000 and 4,200 200. There's the gap.
Higher
Patrick,
than that.
you should call me Academy Award nominated documentary filmmaker Bing Liu.
Why?
Because I'm minding the gap.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm not sure. Let's pick a number, and I'm not sure what this will look like exactly, but I'm wondering whether there should be a stretch goal for when I would get amped.
Oh, sure. Do you want to say 2,000?
I want to see you on one, George. I want to see you on one.
What do you say? Own one? On one?
On one. Like, man, he's on one today.
All right, let's put it up to 3,000. At $3,000, I'll get amped.
Okay. What does that even?
I genuinely don't know what that looks like.
Okay, this is thrown out at $750. Watto reaches a stasis point between chill and amped.
Yeah,
we're going to make activating and deactivating rage mode a way to fill in the gaps between larger goals. Okay, that's what we're going to do going forward.
Mm-hmm.
If people want to
and
see
I will say,
but it also seems like they want to see it end once it starts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will say that we have to. This is a matter of it's like the way Arliss is. When he needs to make a deal, you incentivize, you de-incentivize. You have incentives and disincentives. The art of the deal. And I will say that the secret surprise that will be happening at $1,000 for the National Bail Fund Network will help get me towards what I need for the $3,000 stretch goal of getting amped. It will help a little.
George is going to donate?
No, I'm not going to donate. I'm saying that the what I do in the special surprise will help me energy-wise get to where I need to be for the $3,000 goal of getting amped.
This hint is very oblique, George.
What?
You're being oblique.
How did you not do him the first time?
What are we at, Patrick?
We're at 691. Let's
Oh, God damn it.
Guys, we'll all take a second. We'll breathe. I know, Watto, you can't breathe. Wait, Watto, when do you stop being amped? What is the number?
50.
50, okay. George left. Today's a mess, guys. Today is a mess.
I don't know if you know it, but our country is on fire!
Yeah, no, I'm aware.
Literally and figuratively!
I am aware.
I hate it. It makes me very sad!
Yeah, me too.
And angry!
Okay, what are we at?
I don't think it's moved in the 30 seconds since
Come
you
on!
Watto, we want to keep people here. Let's take it down maybe one notch. Oh, wait, Watto, America is your country? Are you from the U.S.?
It is my country by choice. I mean, first of all, yes, I was born in California on the ILM computers. Yes.
Great. Good answer.
I'm an anchor baby.
No. Sandra's got a good outfit this week, too.
She's always
got multiple good outfits.
Yeah, no, it's.
I will say, I know we're not raising money for Museum of the Movie Image this week, but I would have loved it if there was any way, because they frequently will have costume exhibits there of things from movies. And I know that Arliss is a television show, but it is on home box office, so it's not TV.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a box office, so it must be movies. And it would be great if there was an exhibit that had all of these costumes that Rita wears on Arliss.
Yeah. We are at 741 right now.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Baby Arliss, Baby Yoda Arliss name.
Okay.
Let me say this too. On Twitter, Sheep Lover, SHEEPLOVR. Drop the second E. It's cleaner. Or the third E, rather.
Mm-hmm.
He posted a tweet to Mike Mitchell, the Spoon Man himself, asking him to go on Planet Scum and eat ice cream with Watto. So this is the idea. He would be able to use a spoon. I would not. We want him to come on and join me for the ice cream eating. Please boost that tweet.
Yes, and let's make it like a pod race.
Exactly. It's a pod race to see who can get to the end of the ice cream first.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I got it.
Oh my God, George! It's 2 minutes until the first Detours tweet.
yes,
Now this feels incredibly silly to talk about this week.
of course.
I'm just going to do it as quickly as possible.
Right.
George Lucas completely self-financed and self-produced an animated series, 39 episodes, called Star Wars Detours. That was like Star Wars, but very, very funny. When Disney stole Star Wars from George Lucas and only gave him billions of dollars, they placed it on a shelf where it has remained for almost a decade. We are demanding that Disney release the original 39. Tweet at Disney Plus. Hashtag may Detours be with you.
And this kind of fan activism has worked recently. The Snyder Cut,
Yes.
the people demanded. I know that for the last Star Wars movie, a lot of people made demands, and then their wishes came true. For the Rise of Skywalker, a lot of people were like, "I want this to happen. I want that to happen." And it seems like people got to make their dreams and wishes come true that way.
There are
There's no
currently
reason.
4 titties on screen in our list. There are 4 titties.
Yeah.
Watto was enjoying this episode, and then who comes to mess it up? The fucking
The police.
cops.
Hey guys, George,
Yeah.
you have to start blowing up BB-8.
All right.
We're almost at George's special surprise because we are currently at.
Wait, that means Watto can chill out again.
Yeah, Watto, chill out. Well, it came in very fast. We're at $941, guys.
Yeah, there was a hot tub sex party happening, and then the cops showed up and ruined it.
There were 4 great titties on screen. 4 the best single breasts that Watto has seen in our list so far.
Ooh.
And the cops came in and fucking, you know what they're doing? They're silencing those breasts,
Watto.
as they are wont to do. And this is a conflict of interest for me because, Watto has always said that Blue Lives Matter, but when he says it, he means it in an entirely self-serving way. There's no one Watto hates more than the fucking cops. And as if I couldn't hate them more after this weekend. I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be chill. But there were 4 perfect titties on screen.
Keep talking, Watto, while George blows it up.
I think as George is blowing up this balloon, it is important to remind our viewers that Blue Lives Matters is bullshit. But this is a moment where we should consider that Red Lives Matter. Because George, once again, is looking like a tomato. Between his beaded jacket, which is increasingly looking somewhat pale in relation to his face, and the puffed out cheeks for the inflation. I'm just glad George isn't the one who had to chug an entire Coke energy drink before this, because this would probably kill him. This would probably be the thing that did him in. Sarasota is saying, George, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It'll help. George, please. George, please. We can't do it.
I'll do that. The stretch goal for that is $900.
$900. George will breathe in through his nose and out through his mouth. Someone, please.
No, 988. 988.
900.
Wait, I think we're past that. Hang on one sec.
Where are we at right now?
We are at,
Quickly. George is dying.
well, it can't be quickly. We're at 978. Everything's going to take another extra second this week because some people are donating directly, so I have to add it in.
Fair enough. The first episode of our list is ending. The book just closed. And what a frustrating episode. I mean, good. Frustrating in the way that all great are challenges. There's nothing quite like seeing 4 perfect titties on screen and having them taken from you just as quickly as you came to terms. Special guest star Oscar De La Hoya. Waiting to see what the final message is here. Wow, every week I think I'm prepared for how red George is going to get. And then every week somehow, I don't know if it's that I've minimized it in my memory or that somehow his hypertension is getting worse every week. But this is really worrying. Can I just say, for the record, there is a good chance after this week that I will never drink a Coke energy product ever again. Like Watto is going to buy Red Bull for next week, but I think this has scared me so far off of this fucking cursed beverage. Done. It's an
Thanks for donating. Thanks for donating to save me. Nobody had $10 to get up to 988.
Unbelievable. Listen to him. It sounds like he's just swallowed helium, but it's actually just.
George, we're at 988. We just got there.
Too late. Too late.
But that means we're very close to 1,000, in which George is going to do a surprise.
Special surprise.
Okay, now wait a second. Second episode auto playing for me. I got to pause this and reset.
Yeah, we got a few minutes.
We got a few minutes. Okay.
How's everyone feeling?
Unbelievable.
I mean,
our best week yet.
Yeah. That is crazy. Craig just pointed out we raised like a grand total last week, and we're at almost $1,000 already, which is great.
Look, I think there are two things going on here. A, I think this is a very important and urgent cause. B, I think we're being far more aggressive with the stretch goals, which we need to really stay on these. You know.
Well, and the reason we having to be more aggressive with the stretch goals, A, because it's we're in. I mean, it feels almost strange to say that given the pandemic that's been going on, but we're in even more of a crisis mode now than we were before as a country, and also I think the stretch goals compensate for the fact that we don't feel like being as funny as we might normally be.
Look, George and I are usually two of the sharpest wits in the business, but we're not going to be able to craft razor sharp barbs for you this week. So if you want to laugh, it has to be through our own suffering. And we will volunteer our suffering in the name of raising money for people who are actually putting themselves on the line.
We're about less than a minute away from starting the second episode, and we should say that last week it was a 10-episode season. Season 3 is a 13-episode season. So
13. George, I want to say we are now 45 minutes in almost. We've only watched one episode from this season. I feel like you and I are currently at the energy levels that we hit at hour 15 of our original live stream. We're going hard this week. We are going hard.
We're only gonna go harder as the day grows long.
Yeah.
We're gonna do whatever it takes because we really want to try. We really want to try to help people. It's a moment.
Watto just kicked in his mouth. Go on, George.
All right, are we ready? Are we at episode 2 now?
I think we're ready.
And episode 2 is called "Whatever It Takes," and today we'll do whatever it takes.
Isn't that
whatever it takes to try to help
out? Song? Is that who it is? Or Imagine Dragons or something? Let's start the episode.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Now, I think
here we are once again. TV mature, adult content, adult language.
A little bit spicy.
Now, George, we are currently at $1,018, which means it's time for George's special surprise.
All right, my special surprise is I have 2 orange Jellos. I'm going to eat them without a spoon. These are like the 2 suns on Tatooine.
And I just want to remind everyone, this is what George said was going to help him get really amped up.
Well, they're sugar-free. That's good.
Oh, good. That'll help.
People in the comments were praying that George was going to do cocaine live on camera. They must be so excited that he's now eating 2 cups of Jello.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free.
But I'm going to eat them without a spoon.
George, you better
slurp
the hell out of them, George.
You got the grade on the curve. This is the wildest thing George Lucas has ever done. This is actually as hard as he has ever gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat them like the 2. It's like this is a scene that I really wanted in episode 4, and I tried to do it for the special editions because I thought I was adding lots of cute monsters and creatures into the show. Into the Star Wars show, and that's what I call it. It's a show, and I wanted there to be, when Luke is looking at the 2 suns, the big monster pops up over the horizon and eats both of the suns, and then Luke would be like, "Oh boy, I got a bad feeling about that." And we shot it and tried to make it work. I could never make it fully work. and this isn't going to make up for that, but so the two sons.
George,
I want to stage this right.
Are you going to slurp at the same time, George?
I'm going to do them back and forth, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Can you do like a waterfall, like drop it into your mouth from above?
No, I'm going to go behind like that, because that's the way I envision it. Would be like they're up here like this, and then the monster pops up over the horizon. He's bigger than the planet. This monster. He's bigger than all of Tatooine.
Okay, George. Tell us when you're ready to start the scene. Watto is going to be providing the score with all respects to Johnny Williams. Ready?
Hold on. I got to get it framed right. It's hard to. Okay. This is not the ideal circumstance for staging this. Okay, we ready?
Ready? Yeah. Okay, places and action. Can I say that was actually impressive?
Now, guys,
that was worth $1,000. That was worth $1,000.
That truly was, George. And
Patrick, I want you to apologize to me.
It was worth $1,000. You're right.
Worth $1,000.
That's not an apology. I want to hear the words "I'm sorry."
George, I'm sorry. It was definitely worth it. Now, we have a guest.
Can I just say, look.
Could have used the spoon. I did not.
George, it didn't sound like an impressive action, but we forgot something. It's the singer, not the song. And George Lucas is one of the most electric performers alive.
Guys, we have a guest. I'm going to bring
him
in. Yippee.
Yippee.
I will
point out it's episode 2. Thank you very much.
I have too much. Very good. I have 2 more orange sugar-free Jellos. Do we want to set a stretch goal pretty high for a restaging of that scene?
2,000.
George,
that's not high enough. That's not high enough.
George, I want to ask you a question.
6,000.
George, is there someone on the Skywalker Ranch property who could go out and buy more orange Jellos that perhaps at every... Really? There's no one?
I don't think so. Wow. No. I would say maybe some of the people who are on the property might be not the right people to be sending out to stores right now.
George, is there anyone you're
I'm not gonna put my staff. I'm not gonna put my people at risk during a pandemic.
Are there any
from more orange Jellos?
Neighbors in Marin County who could possibly do around?
Hey guys, we have a guest. I'm gonna bring him in.
Great.
You know him from College Humor. You know him from his great podcast, the Jeff Rubin Show.
What?
He made a game last week, and I'm gonna have him tell us about it because it's very fun.
What?
Here he is, Jeff Rubin.
Jeff Rubin.
Hey everybody, how are you?
The podcast
on raising $1,000, getting to the Jello stretch goal.
Of course. You. Jeff, you've been on the live show, right?
I have been on the live show, yeah.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Yeah, but
you're kind of our Charles Grodin.
Exactly. But
you're our Bonnie Hunt.
You're a Bonnie Hunt.
I can't remember because it was a while ago, but I feel like at the live show, ARLI barely came up at all.
Correct. It's a new addition to the canon.
2020 is different in a lot of ways.
So what episode? The time looks like it's on Patrick's screen, but what episode of ARLI are we on right now?
Season 3, episode 2.
All right, let me get.
My job is to get jobs. No, we're at episode.
No, this is whatever it.
No, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. This is episode 2. ARLI.
Fact checked it.
Now, here's an interesting thing that I'm just now realizing based on, because I'm looking at the episode, I'm also looking at information, is that the online episode guide on Google says that season 3, episode 1 was Whatever It Takes, airing on June 7th, 1998, and they have episode 2, My Job is to Get Jobs, as June 14th, 1998. So they have different information, which could mean that the current order might be a special edition. We'll need to ask about that.
Maybe every episode of ARLI is either called Whatever It Takes or It's My Job to Get Jobs, because I feel like that's basically the theme of every episode of ARLI.
Subtitles.
Those are evergreen titles, certainly.
Now, Jeff, Jeff, you told me you've watched a lot of Arliss.
Yeah, can I tell you guys my history with Arliss and like why I love it so much?
Please.
I love history. I love history.
Yeah.
When I made the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, I said, let's have this be about history.
I mean,
so let's.
Jeff, why do you think Star Wars is set a long time ago? It's like
because it's history.
The second it starts.
My history with Arliss by Jeff Rubin.
Okay,
when I was a kid, I like begged my parents to get HBO. I really wanted HBO. I really wanted it. And I don't know how I did it, but I finally convinced them to get HBO. And the weekend we got it, just for whatever reason, there was an Arliss marathon. And so I was like, I gotta watch. I was like, I gotta watch this marathon. And I just like spent an entire weekend just like cramming Arliss into my brain and convincing myself that it was the greatest show ever. And like, when this show was on, I was just like, Arliss is the best. I love Arliss. And I really haven't kept up with it much in recent years. But like, I guess my memory is that it was a little ahead of its time. It was like single camera and had like these cameos and like it was pretty good. But I really haven't had an excuse to revisit it. So I was so excited when you guys started doing these because
no need to hold back. You can just say it. You're an Arliss fan. You love binging Arliss, and we love binging Arliss.
Yeah.
But I just have this distinct memory of just like staying up like to like 4 a.m. like drinking Coca-Cola and just like watching Arliss till like I had a headache, you know? Like I just
Jeff,
like
do you have a Coca-Cola in your home right now?
I don't.
Or even a Coca-Cola branded energy drink?
No,
Do you have anyone that you could send? Do you have anyone you could send out into the world to buy a Coca-Cola?
I might be able to get a Coca-Cola.
Hey, you know what's crazy, Jeff? If you were on most comedy shows and you told that story, people would say, how unusual, I can't relate. There are currently hundreds of people watching this show who relate to spending multiple weekends watching hours upon hours of Arliss until they get a headache and convincing themselves it's a great show.
I'm willing to go on record that as Kurosawa was to the Star Wars saga, so is Jeff Rubin to the George Lucas talk shows Arliss weekend marathons.
Wow.
You walked so we could fly.
This is the thing. You were actually kind of the prequel because we started like episode 4.
Right.
Chris Gethard, Palpatine Gethard, comes in and goes, "Oh, I dare you guys to do an Arliss live stream." We thought that was the beginning of Arliss, but no, we have to go back to episode 1, which is Jeff Rubin at the UCB East 3 or 4 years ago, and actually quietly the seeds were planted.
For this whole thing.
You were the original Arliss weekend marathon man.
And when it made such an impression on me that like when I see like Sandra Oh now, I'm still like, oh, there's Sandra Oh from Arliss, even though she's had like 2 decades of incredible career. Like when I started watching Killing Eve, my first thought was, oh yeah, she is from Arliss. This is a great actress from Arliss.
This is where we have to make clear that not everything is one-to-one with Star Wars, because you love Sandra Oh. But Anakin Skywalker in the prequels, he hates sand. It's rough, it's coarse, and it gets everywhere. Whereas you couldn't be happier that Sandra Oh's career, that she's not rough, she's not coarse, but she does get everywhere in the sense that she's been on so many great films and television shows.
Right, that's the difference. Sandra Oh gets everywhere, and you're happy to see her.
Yeah.
Sand gets everywhere, and you go, none of this, please.
No, not sand. No, not sand.
Sandy O?
Sandy O. Oh, yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's never a matter of like, oh, like there's that actress I once saw on Arliss. Like in my mind, she was always great because she was great on Arliss. And it's like, oh yeah, she's great on Killing Eve. And I'm like, I know she's great. I've seen Arliss.
I've known she was great for 30 years.
Yeah. Our good friend Bobby Wool. I don't know if you're familiar with Bobby Wool, creator and star of Arliss. He's a good friend of ours.
I think you might be.
Row now. He told us it was like this kind of gift that kept on giving, having old Sandy O in the cast, because he knew she was good when he cast her, but they kept on finding out more and more of her power, sort of what she could do as an actress, and every season trying to utilize those abilities more and more. You know, it's Christmas morning every day with Sandy O on set.
I guess
if any fans out there, because I know people they're looking for things to occupy themselves during these times. If you want to re-edit the scene from Attack of the Clones where Anakin says he hates sand, but change it and you can borrow these sounds, because I know there are places in episodes 2 and 3 where where all you need is Anakin saying Ra and O,
Yeah.
and just and also where he says he loves Amidala. Re-edit it so the speech is about how much he loves Sandra O.
Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. All you need to do is take
Obi-Wan. You got it right there.
Take that clip. Take any of the many times he talks about love. And then I don't know where. And
also, and at the end, I don't want to be. Well, let's face it. I am a hands-on producer, so this is how it should be. Make that speech about how he loves Sandra Oh, and then take the part where his after his best friend cuts off his arms and legs and he's burning in the volcano fire. He says, "I hate you. I hate you." Take that part, take the I and the you, but find him saying love and just make a little sandwich out of it. Because what I like is the intensity of the I hate you,
yes, but
put love in the middle of it so it says I love you. Right. And then you can also clip that out, and that'll be great for next year on Valentine's Day to send to people that you love. That'd be a great little clip to send around of Anakin Skywalker saying, "I love you," like that. You know what I mean? I think that would be really good. So these are 2 projects to keep you occupied.
It's for Valentine's Day, but you've got time now, so let's just get it started now. Yeah. I just noticed the rival agent. I think I'm not fully following this episode at the moment, but the guy he was just on the phone with is the bad guy from Super Troopers. He's on Malcolm in the Middle. I love that actor. I can't think of his name.
Daniel Von Bargen, the great. He had one of the best I think he's in 2 or 3 episodes of Seinfeld.
Yep.
George's new boss.
He gets like George is in the picture, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yes, God, but he passed away tragically some year. Yeah, but he was one of the best character actors we ever had.
So funny.
Yeah.
Jeff, Watto loves character actors. I don't know if you know.
Well, no, because it's like that's why I got into the business. You know, like
sure.
For fame or acclaim. And for me, it was, I'm a very selfless actor. I love those sorts of utility player character actors who use their specific energy. And also, I got into it for the money and the pussy, which people think heartthrobs, the Leonardo DiCaprio, those are the guys who are really pulling down some strange. And it's like, no, Giamatti is lining them up and knocking them down, you know?
But don't you ever want to see like a Toygarian leading man?
I don't know. I mean,
we're not there yet. Sadly, we're not there yet.
Look, I'd love to see it, and it doesn't have to.
I'd love to see it.
You know, I'd be happy for any of my fellow Toledarian actors. But I also feel like very often those are the less exciting parts to play. There's less meat to dig into, you know? But when you have that story weight on your back, then you have the burden of, now you are tied to the success of the project. Oh, boy, here comes Palpatine Gethard.
Gethard. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Is the rumor I heard true that after the ARLI stretch is done, you guys are going to watch the first episode of Oz 5 times in a row for 5 Sundays? I don't know.
What's the goal? What's the goal for that?
What's the goal for that, Chris?
Well, how much? $10,000 today?
No, because 80,000 is Friends, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then what's the it's 7,000 something is the OC.
9,000.
Yeah, let's go ahead and say. Let's go ahead and say for 100,000, we'll do the Oz thing for $100,000.
That seems right.
Yeah,
that's a good goal.
100,000, 80,000 for
$100,000.
100,000.
What are we at right now, Patrick?
Right now, we are at. Oh wow. Hang on one sec. $14.13 and 50 cents.
Wow, that's great, guys. Congrats.
That's pretty good.
Have you guys seen the new HBO Sports Agent show?
Ballers?
Ballers?
Oh no, Jeff.
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 Oh no,
Jeff. Say, I think I lost you for a sec. Am I there? Because I was going on I was asking a very important question about Ballers.
You were talking about Elizabeth Warren's favorite show.
Yeah. I guess I was just thinking how this show begat Entourage, which then begat another sports agent show. Do you guys have any experience with Ballers? Is it different than this? Is this like the blueprint for Ballers? Or are they 2 separate shows that just happen to be on HBO about sports agents with like? Does Ballers do the cameos thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
I think Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson should be paying a royalty to Bobby Arliss on a weekly basis.
No disrespect to Robert Wool, but I bet like Ballers is a lot cooler. Like I bet like it's got like it's a lot hipper. No,
I don't think Ballers.
It's a lot less sexy than Arliss.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I've seen the first season of Ballers. I don't remember there being real life cameos or a lot of real life cameos. I might be wrong.
Here's my take. Here's how I would put it. Ballers is like low T Arliss. It's like beta cuck soy boy Arliss. Arliss is the real shit.
Oh, look at all this. There's dogs and cats now.
I'm just thinking the show makes me think about other early HBO programming, and there's Oz. But then the other thing I was really into was Dream On. Did you guys see Dream On?
Yes, Dream On, starring Brian Ben from Radioland Murders.
The
Right,
Brian's
of course,
so
of
nice
course.
they bend him twice.
Yeah, Ben famously the inspiration for BB-8.
Yes.
That is BB-8's full name.
Yes.
Ben 8.
Kind of in the same way, like when I see Wendy Malick now, even though she's been in tons of stuff for 2 decades, I'm like, oh yeah, there's Dream On's Wendy Malick.
Yes, of course.
Mm-hmm. I always think of Wendy Malick as being from Just Shoot Me because I was on that.
You were on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that one. I watched Just Shoot Me, but even watching Just Shoot Me, I was like, oh yeah, there's Wendy Malick, from Dream On.
We should set that as a goal today too. To watch the Just Shoot Me episode after the Oz episode or the OC episode. And gotta keep track of all these goals.
It's kind of remarkable this show didn't have nudity because both Oz, does it?
Arliss?
Jeff?
You missed episode 4 titties.
Excuse me.
Episode 1, the episode we just watched, episode 1 of season 3, had 4 perfect titties.
Okay.
And just when you think
and
that
then guess what
Arliss
happens? And then guess what happens?
You go, oh, this show is over 20 years old. It must not reflect the issues affecting the world today, right?
Yeah.
Jeff,
No.
Jeff, there are 4 perfect titties on screen. And Watto's going, oh, I can settle into this. I can get used to this. And then what happens? Some fucking cops come in and bust it up.
Oh my God.
The cops, the fucking pigs came on. And
it's been going on for decades. They've been messing stuff up for decades.
And Arliss was saying it before it was cool to say it. Arliss was speaking truth to power, unlike that beta cuck show Ballers.
Yeah, Ballers is complicit with ICE.
Absolutely.
And the thing about Watto obviously is responding to the raw sexuality of the moment.
But, 4 titties!
But here's the thing, and this is what when I was I visited the set of The Mandalorian, and I was talking to Jon Favreau about the show. Which that's their show. That's not my show. But the one piece of advice that I had for him was don't lose sight of the fact that you should make this for children. And so even though there's obviously an adult, mature aspect to showing 4 female breasts, it is undeniably something that would appeal to babies because those 4 breasts are a source of life, of food.
It's like a 4
for any babies that happen to be watching Arliss, and that's part of the appeal of the show. You know,
he looks at 4 breasts and they go breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. You know.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't have any statistics to back this up, but my guess, as someone with a little bit of experience in the business, is that when Arliss started, a very small percentage of the viewing audience were babies. I'm betting by season 7, there were a lot. There's probably
the fans grew up with the show.
Yeah, a lot more babies. Because an episode like this, babies are going to hear about it. One baby's going to see it, and then tell the other babies, like, if you're hungry for entertainment, you want to watch this show. They show, it's like food porn basically for babies. That's what female breasts are. It's food porn for babies.
Yes, 4-course meal. And Jeff, that's also one of the reasons why we feel really strong about our pitch for an Arliss spinoff that we've been working on. And as maybe the biggest Arliss fan who did not work on the show Arliss we have had on one of these streams yet, I'd love to pitch it to you.
Please.
Okay?
Yeah.
So this is circle we're trying.
If we were setting up a room to write this, you'd be in that room, Jeff.
Oh my God.
You'd be an immediate staff in. No,
I don't know if I could do that because I'm too enthusiastic about Arliss. Like I'm too close to it. I don't know that
don't.
No. I mean, it's like any fan.
Give in to your feelings.
Right. You want a combination.
You're afraid, Jeff. You're afraid. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Couldn't have said it clearer.
All right. Well, what's the show? Is it a Michael Boatman spinoff?
Well,
No, take a look.
But he's very much part of it, and he's on board.
He will Michael Boatman will guaranteed be a special guest star on this show when it happens.
I mean, he's committed. I feel like he committed formally last week.
Guys, should I bring up a picture and just show Jeff?
Yeah, please.
Let me lay the runway a little first. Time the picture properly, okay?
Yeah.
Jeff, here are a couple needles we're trying to thread, okay?
Okay.
Production is shut down right now for all live action shows. It is not very safe to be on a film or television set while COVID-19 runs amok, right? But what is still able to be in production? Animation, a very socially distant form of television creation.
Sure.
Right? Okay, animation's huge. Now, what's big on television right now?
Let me see. I mean, zombies, high concept, kind of stuff like Westworld, maybe, serialized dramas. Oh, Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda. And people love the Baby Yoda and the Young Sheldon. So we are working on
Arliss.
Baby Arliss.
Maybe Arliss babies, like Muppet babies. And because then I don't want just Baby Arliss. I want Baby Rita Wu. I want Baby Babson.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff, you're on to something genius here.
Yeah, Jeff, we've been working on this for 3 weeks. Now, here's a new character. His name is Michael Boat, baby. Okay?
Oh, okay.
He is both a baby and a boat. And, of course, is played by Michael Boatman. Okay? This is kind of our main cast here. Now, let's introduce you to another great character coming up here as Patrick scrolls. 2 more. Kirby Carlisle. Okay? This, of course, is... Arliss' rapscallion friend and business partner, Kirby Carlisle, but he's also a baby in the car at the same time. And he has a fully CGI baby jaguar in his car because in season 2, Kirby faces a real jaguar. Too dangerous. We don't believe in that.
Too dangerous. There's no reason
does
to
Baby Arliss still make deals?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, because that's like the core of the show to me, I mean, the dollar signs are right there in the title.
I think it would. I'm imagining a similar format. Every episode. Well, I don't know. So far, I don't know if this changes in later seasons, but so far in the first 3 seasons, every episode, of course, begins with the spinning book. Don't spoil if that goes away if the format changes in later seasons, but begins with the spinning book. And I think the book that maybe Arliss would write would probably be maybe one of those cloth books or maybe a board book that you can chew on. It would be a very different kind of book.
Is there a nanny figure? I'm going. This is like a Muppet. This is like really Muppet Babies connected to me. I don't know why. I don't know if that's right or not.
We're in negotiations with Nanny from Muppet Babies.
Whoa.
Carry over the character.
Wait, could the nanny figure be adult Bob Costas?
Oh, that would be great.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I'd love to get another Bobby on board. But yes,
I think he still works with HBO too.
Part of the pitch too, Jeff, is that the Disney Pixar Cars franchise is so popular. Thomas the Tank Engine, all of these sort of talking vehicles things. A little bit the Transformers, most of these characters are also vehicles. So you obviously saw Michael Boat, baby, and Kirby Carlisle, and then Sandra Oh, who's a letter O, which of course can very quickly turn into a wheel. And we kind of like Baby Arliss to also be a little bit of Baby Carlos,
Baby Carlos.
A little bit of Baby Carlos.
Guys, I have some exciting news and just a little bit of product placement. Guess what was just delivered to me here in Jeff Rubin Studios? It's a can of Coca-Cola. Here we go.
Now let's set a stretch goal. No, don't drink it yet. Let's set a stretch goal.
What are we at?
Stretch goal.
What are we at?
What are we at?
Right now, we're at 14.13 and 50 cents. I think 1,500.
When we hit 1,500, I will drink this.
Let's say. So we're at 14.15. I say at 14.50 you open the Coke.
Okay.
Okay.
And then at 1,500 you drink it.
Yes.
Okay. I'm in.
And open it close to your mic so we can hear the bubbles.
Everyone's doing something different to support what's going on out there. If me opening and drinking this Coke helps even a little, then I'm happy to do it. It's not a big deal.
But do you remember that commercial where Kylie Jenner gives a Pepsi to a cop in order to settle down the protest?
Right.
You're doing the
Pepsi,
opposite.
proud sponsor of both the episode 1, the Star Wars episode 1, The Phantom Menace,
Yes.
and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
And also a sponsor of cops. We're doing
Pepsi has been there. Pepsi has been there for both Star Wars and for Indiana Jones. Pepsi helped introduce us to Jar Jar, and he also helped Indiana Jones reconnect with his father.
But fuck them, because Pepsi says Blue Lives Matter out of self-interest because their can is blue. We're all Coke all the time now. And Jeff, at $14.50, you're going to crack open that Coke to help get people out of jail who have been fighting the cops.
Can I show you guys? Can I show you guys something that came in the mail this week?
Please.
Yeah.
It's a
Dave
nice,
Winfield was in this one. I missed that.
nice shirt, right? It's a nice khaki shirt. You can wear it.
Looks great. Very classy.
Yes, a gentleman's khaki. A gentleman's short sleeve khaki.
What's this?
Oh. What? And the what? It's a Pepsi shirt.
It's a Pepsi branded shirt.
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, you have to burn it now because this is an anti-Pepsi live stream.
Okay.
No, I'll never be anti-Pepsi. I'll never be anti-Pepsi. They were there for me when I needed them.
People pointing out, I just want to restate this for people turning in late, the seeming lack in logic of Watto being anti-Blue Lives Matter, even though he's blue. I don't like that the movement was co-opted. I did for Toydarian rights forever, and the fucking pigs took it from me. Now, everyone was pointing out.
Also, people who are saying, Watto, you're blue, they better be a Toydarian saying that, because I would never say that to you.
I also want to say, I think it was Andy T. Jerm in the comments pointed out, HBO Max seems to autoplay things more than HBOgo or Now, and you can't turn it off. So people, if you get to the end of an episode, just press pause.
Yeah, you can pause it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You can pause it. That's what I did. Because the next episode is fans first. Fans first, which is something I do not agree with.
No.
Just because the fans, if the fans knew what Star Wars was, they would have made Star Wars, and they didn't.
We are trash people pointing out that Na'vi get excluded from Blue Lives Matter. Yes, Blue Lives Matter was originally a movement of CGI Americans who are blue. The Smurfs, the Na'vi, the Toydarians. We were all in this together, and then the cops come and fucking stole it from us.
We're at $1,440.84, guys.
I'm going to start loosening up the tab. I'm going to start loosening the tab.
You got to lubricate the tab before you pop.
Well, you know, sometimes you want to push on the small part so the other part comes up, then it's easier to kind of get under it and sit right up, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely.
I can just feel that next donation coming in, so I'm ready to go.
And we should reemphasize that, you know, these donations will help people. So if you're hesitating, maybe don't hesitate and just go ahead and do that. And then the little bonus you get to hear those bubbles. We're going to listen in close. Yes. It'd be great if we could listen to those bubbles before we had to start the next episode.
And we have 1 minute left for that to happen. I want this to sound like an episode of Fizzy Boys, the podcast. Chris Gethard, Don Finelli podcast.
Yeah, when are they gonna? They should be doing more episodes. They should bring that back. Fizzy Boys should come back during this. There's no reason that they should be making more episodes.
Bring back Fizzy Boys.
Bring back Fizzy Boys.
Yeah. Make sure to tweet at Chris Gethard and Don Finelli to bring back Fizzy Boys now.
And let's make that a stretch goal. How much money do we need to raise for them to record an episode of Fizzy Boys today?
Yeah, I would say, let's make that 1550.
1550. Gethard and Finelli have to record an episode of
by midnight. A special charity fundraising episode of Fizzy Boys that they release by midnight Pacific time.
Yes.
It can be as long or as short as they want.
Yeah.
But if we reach 1550, the Fizzy Boys are back.
They got to be back.
For charity. For a good cause.
You guys are raising $1,550 for this great charity. The least they can do is drink some soda and talk about it, you know?
You're about to
drink whatever's
can.
I'm doing it. It's easy.
Yeah.
Are we not at 1450 yet?
Hang on, guys. I actually have a let me hold on 1 second.
Oh no, what's going on?
We're losing money? People are rescinding their donations?
Hang on.
For a second, I thought Gad was a Gad.
He seriously thought Josh Gad was about to join this live stream.
I thought we had Olaf. That was so disappointing. I thought we had Olaf.
I thought we had Yellow Bird from the Angry Birds movie himself.
Let's listen.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love sound, bro.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's seamless.
All right. Now, do we have
George,
to start the
can we
episode?
make that the official new edition? Is that ready for Disney Plus? That cut?
Yeah.
Now,
Please send that to Disney Plus. Tell them to add it in.
now we have another guest who's going to pop in and join all of us. I see her face.
All of us. Join all of us.
She's the best. I'm going to bring her in right now. Monique Moses.
Whoa.
Hi, guys.
Should we, just to mind the clock, now that Monique is here, should we start the next episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Do you,
Just
do
so we
you
don't fall
have it
behind.
queued up, Monique?
Hi, I do. I have HBO Max. I'm very excited about it.
It's
Monique, I love your Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey t-shirt.
Thank
Incredible.
I thought I would wear it in honor of Mr. Lucas, space-related, time-related,
Yeah.
you know.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Mhm.
Ed Solomon, friend of the show, who wrote Bill and Ted.
And Monique Moses, friend of the show.
Oh,
What
thank
Yes.
you.
Past guest.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I was I myself in the past?
You were
guest?
there.
I
You were
was
there.
there as someone.
All
Yeah.
right, let's start episode 3. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
I just think we
Season
got to
3,
get America
episode
open
3.
again.
So this is a double 3. This is 2 kinds of 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could take off my episode 2 hat.
I
Now,
just want to
Patrick?
get America open again in time for the release of Bill and Ted 3. That's really what's...
I do not want that to be released as video on demand. Let's
Yeah.
not turn the next Bill and Ted into the King of Staten
No,
Island.
I want to see it in theaters with the other Bill and Ted fans,
Yeah.
as we've been dreaming about since 1992 or whatever.
Especially
Yeah, let's-
because I think it is now the only major studio comedy set for release in 2020 that isn't going direct to video. One, I need to believe it is still legal to release a comedy in theaters.
Guys,
As soon as
we
theaters can
are-
reopen.
I want to let everyone know we are $30.06 away from Jeff Rubin drinking a Coke.
Okay, that means he should
Oh,
open
Open
it.
it. That means he can open it,
You
right?
guys ready?
Okay, so everyone, pin drop quiet. Hold it as close to the mic.
It explodes and spills all over my laptop. Okay, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, that's nice.
It is I feel like I don't want to make a Coke commercial, but it is really satisfying when you hear that sound.
Now, Jeff,
Yeah.
don't touch it. Don't drink it.
I'm just.
I know you're tempted.
Savor
Don't
that.
give in to that.
Mm.
Now, Monique, I don't know if you were watching when we established this, but what we're trying to do is take the power away from Pepsi. We
Oh,
had Kendall Jenner give a can of Pepsi to a cop. We're having Jeff drink a can of Coke to bail out people who are fighting cops.
I think that's brilliant. I will say, I've always thought Pepsi tasted like Coke left out on the counter overnight.
Totally.
And so, hey, take away their power even more. Do it.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
You can drink that Coke.
You can
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations.
Thank you to Cynthia Eschenfelder.
thank you.
Cynthia, thank you. It's delicious. You know what I'm just noticing?
Arliss is at-
Arliss.
Arliss is at a buffet right now, so this is very much a period piece.
Yeah.
This is one of the least 2020 scenes that has been on Arliss so far.
Yeah.
Everyone is sharing. He's at a buffet. Someone just handed him an extra plate. He handed his plate to someone else.
The food coming and going.
Yes.
I'm glad Arliss is being presented in its original 4:3 aspect ratio. You know, they didn't try to play any games.
No. And they
Yeah.
got it right on the first time out, not like the Simpsons shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they knew that if it was cropped, it would cut out some of the jokes.
They're saving
now-
it for a high definition remaster where they're gonna, redo some of the spaceships.
Now this week, Disney Plus has restored Simpsons to its original aspect ratio.
Yeah.
I know this because it was maybe the most inappropriate tweet that I saw in a timeline this week, which was everything that was going on in the world, and then the big announcement that you can now watch Square Simpsons.
Yeah.
Which felt like great timing. Great timing.
Can Watto say one thing about Square Simpsons? Specifically because Watto hasn't been tweeting about this because he understands how tone deaf it would sound.
Yeah, please, Watto.
Watto used to watch Square Simpsons a lot on Simpsons World, which was the old website where all of Simpsons was streaming courtesy of FX and FXX. And he said if all of those Square files already existed on the previous episode, why weren't they ready to the previous website? Why weren't they ready to go on Disney Plus from day one? Why, even after the complaints, that take an additional 6+ months for Disney Plus to get the Square episodes up there? Watto will say this. He's been watching a lot of Square Simpsons this week. It looks like they remastered the Square Simpsons. These are higher quality Square files than were previously available. So it seems like maybe the extra time was worth it. That is the end of Watto's very, very poorly good news about Square Simpsons.
Wow. And this is all speculation too?
It looks, I'm just telling you, from Watto's eye, it looks like they did a remaster.
Watto?
Wow.
Watto?
Yes.
I don't like being upset with you, but you can take that shit to John Krasinski's show, okay? This is not good news. We're trying to raise money for the National Bail Network, all right? We are trying to raise money to help people. I appreciate it. I know it comes from a good place, Watto, but there's a time and a place.
I don't know how many fashion lovers you've had on the show, but let me tell you, Sandra Oh is pristine in this in Arliss.
We've also
wise look. Ooh.
Michael Clark Duncan just showed up.
Michael Clark.
Is Michael Clark Duncan famous at this point, or is he just a random actor who is showing up in an episode of Arliss?
I believe this is pre-Green Mile. Green Mile.
Really?
Michael Boatman, cast member of Arliss, came on the show last week, and I will summarize his story as quickly as possible. He had auditioned for the Green Mile, knew he wasn't right for it. They were struggling to find an actor to play it. They were casting far and wide. He's on set with Michael Clark Duncan, meets him for the first time, goes, wait a second, you should be playing this part. Have you read this script? You're exactly what they're looking for. They've been struggling to find someone. And he goes, I know. I bothered my agent about it. He couldn't get me in. And Boatman grabs him and says, you need to make sure you audition for this. A year and a half later, Boatman goes to see Green Mile in theaters. He doesn't know that Mickey D got the part. MCD shows up on screen. He screams to his wife. A year after that, Boatman's at the Emmys, reveling in the success of Arliss.
Wow.
Looking to someone on the red carpet. MCD comes up behind him, gives him a hug, and on camera says, if it weren't for this man, I would not have gotten the Green Mile.
Whoa. Also, stabbing.
I know.
I might be a little behind you guys. I started a little late.
No. The stabbing goes on for a while.
Just happened.
Okay.
Arliss is responsible for Michael Clark Duncan's Oscar.
Oh, no. Michael Boatman just got stabbed in the behind.
Oh, no.
He fell on the knife.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was videotaping what was happening, and then he got bumped, and he fell and landed on the knife, and now they're at the hospital. They're looking for medical attention.
Speaking of The Simpsons, I think Sandra Oh is wearing Marge's dress from the Country Club episode.
Every costume, every outfit that Sandra Oh wears on this show should be in a museum.
Yes.
That makes me so happy.
Museum.
That's a great story, Watto, by the way. I never knew it.
It's great. I didn't know it either. Thanks to our good buddy Michael Boatman. Now we know.
And I also didn't know that Michael Clark Duncan had so many nicknames. Mickey D, MCD, McD.
Human Giant. Do you know that?
Oh, there's some new today.
That show was named after Michael Clark Duncan.
That's right. That's real, isn't it, Watto?
That's real. Aziza already worked with him, I think, on a movie or something. One of the three of them worked on a movie with Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh, well, look at that. I love this. Didn't we do an ASCAT with Arliss? Yeah, we did.
Yes, you did. You did.
Are you speaking in the royal we?
I did.
And I was there too.
You're using the royal we?
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
America did an ASCAT with Robert Ford.
And yeah.
Very lucky.
I know there was an ASCAT with Robert Willis, the monologist.
He was a stand-up, right? He must be good at this.
He's a good guy.
I heard he did very well with the monologues.
Yes. He's one of our best friends.
Wow.
Jeff, we have had 3 live streams of the George Lucas Talk Show so far, and Bobby Wool has been on all 3 live streams.
Yeah, I saw him. He's probably excited. People are this show. I mean, it was well liked. Like, it's pretty good, and it's sort of just kind of predates like the HBO shows everyone loves, so it kind of gets lost in the mix. Maybe people will rediscover it now that it's on HBO Max. I don't know if it was on HBOgo or whatever, but he's probably excited that people are digging into the show, which is a pretty good show.
Absolutely, and I understand why he wants to be part of this, because he enjoys the sort of reevaluation of his show. That having been said, it is objectively weird that Watto now talks to Robert Moore on a regular basis than most of his immediate family.
That's so funny.
I could set my watch to speaking to Robert Moore right now.
It's great that he is supportive. I mean, it's cool. He gets it. He gets what you guys are doing here, and he loves it. It's cool.
Love Bobby.
What's that other sports agent show that was on HBO?
Ballers? You mean
Ballers?
No, it was Jay Roach. Was that his name?
Oh no, that Jay Roach was an agent on Action.
Oh, and
but he wasn't a sports agent. I don't think.
Okay, all
that
right.
was about Hollywood. Yes.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Jay Moore. Jay Roach
That's
is
what
like
I meant.
director.
Jay Moore.
Jay Roach directed Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. He did the whole trilogy.
All connected. They're all connected.
And Hal Roach was responsible for the Our Gang films back in the day.
Right,
Yeah.
and the Roach in the movie WALL-E is named Hal as a joke to both Hal Roach and also Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
And Hal, the pod from 2001: A Space Odyssey is actually in Watto's junkyard in episode 1.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So you see, it all comes back to Star Wars. Everything is canon within his.
Hey, Watto, are you in this episode of Arliss?
I wish. I read for it. I did read for it.
Arliss is just like
I believe Watto. I believe you auditioned for that tray of shrimp.
I did.
That we just saw in the last scene. There was a tray of shrimp, and in the end, they just decided, you know what? We're just going to go with an actual practical tray of shrimp.
It's just annoying to me because I feel like CGI actors like myself get typecast so easily, but it's like I can literally re-render myself as a tray of shrimp at that point.
Right.
If you let me transform, I can do it.
But if I recall correctly, you had an issue with playing shellfish.
I do. I mean, yes, it's a conflict of interest against my religious beliefs.
Now, Monique, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Were you ever on a Herald team?
I was on a team called Some Kid. Do you want to know who else was on it?
Yeah.
Mike Kelton was on it, and
Okay.
Keith Patty, and Andy Bustillos was on it for a bit, and James III was on it for a bit, and
so nice they named him thrice.
They did. Who else? Oh, Stefan Schweck.
We should have had James III on this episode since it's season 3, episode 3.
Hey, Patrick.
Not me. Yeah.
No. In addition.
Okay.
Monique, we have
addition,
5 more
not subtraction.
hours to go. Patrick, can we ask James III?
Oh, you should.
Ask him if he has any availability over the next 5 goddamn hours. Monique, just to explain to you, our listeners often get very confused because I don't know if you know this, but there is a rumor circulating that Abby and Alana never made Herald Night. And if they never made Herald Night, I mean, how do you figure out who did and who didn't?
Yeah.
It helps for you to not only establish that you made Herald Night, but knock out some other names on our list and offer definitive proof.
I appreciate that because when I die, it'll depend on whether I get into heaven or not. Absolutely. If I was on a Herald team, so
it sucks. I mean, Abby and Alana have done so much good work, but unfortunately, it is canon that when they die, they will not get into heaven because they never will.
They will hell it. Yes.
Yeah.
That's interesting and ridiculous. I love it.
Okay, our list is now getting like
a ransom note.
Ransom letter.
It's getting kind of scary.
Yeah. Our list is kind of a thriller if you look at it.
It's like a Bollywood movie. It's just like all genres at once.
I mean, that's why the show's a hit.
Yeah, it came out when HBO was like, you had to just pay for it on a cable package.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and a big part of Arliss's continued success was like HBO would always sort of have the show on the bubble and consider canceling it.
Yeah.
Like tens of thousands of people would write in and go like, I will cancel HBO if you cancel the show.
Really?
And every year it got brought back. Yeah, the ratings grew and people were just like, this is the only show I watch on your godforsaken.
Oh my gosh. Home box office.
And now we live in an age where every year there's a new kind of HBO.
Yes.
And
a lot
sometimes
of
the new HBOs, they just give them to you. If you already have an HBO, here's another one, another kind of HBO, and you can have it.
Yeah. Crazy.
We are currently at $1,629.94.
Yeah.
And what's the next stretch goal?
We should leave it at 94 cents. Don't donate any more change. Docking 94, it's a Star Wars number. The next goal is $2,000. George eats more Jell-O.
Oh, yes.
All right.
And these are supposed
should I
to
go
be
get that in
incentives.
preparation of it?
These are incentives?
Yeah, these are incentives.
Okay.
Now, Monique, I know it sounds like it wouldn't be much of an incentive,
Yeah.
but about $600 ago, George ate 2 sugar-free orange Jell-Os without a spoon in a way that was very entertaining.
Oh, okay, great.
When he wound up, when he was like trying to sell us on it, we were like, this is not worth the money. This should be a lower goal. But it was so good that people are desperate to see it happen again.
Excellent. I'm desperate as well. I can't wait. I hope you guys get it.
It was truly the wildest thing George has ever done. You got the Jell-O cups ready, George?
Now, George.
Sounds like ASMR.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat is saying we should have set a 1,600 pen related stretch goal.
We should have.
We should have. I almost don't even want to talk about 1,600 pen now that you teased us with that Josh Gad. Why did you do that? Why did you show us Josh Gad as if he was there and he looked so happy to be here?
It's an autoplay.
You have an autoplay of Josh Gad showing up and looking like he's happy to Zoom with you?
No, George, put your headphones back on. You're echoing.
Patrick,
What do you mean?
Watto is wondering if he should burn some asks that have been pre-discussed with you.
Why don't you put them in the private chat? Because we have a fairly full schedule today.
Boy. For 13 episodes? For all 13?
We got a decently full schedule.
Because we are now, even before we finish this episode, it will be the equivalent of when we started last week.
Yeah.
And I also feel like right now, this is a big week. It's an important week. It's an important cause. We want this stream to be a little bit like Netflix's most successful television comedy ever.
Put it in the private chat and we'll discuss.
A Fuller House.
There. Okay. I like
I
it
thought
when
you were
you
going to
have
say
to wait for
Astronomy
the
Club. I
punchline.
thought you were going to say Astronomy Club.
Oh,
I wish.
George Lucas. Gotta love you.
What a fucking good
That's-
show.
If you haven't watched Astronomy Club on Netflix,
It's so funny.
now is the time.
Oh,
It's a
thank
quick
you,
watch.
guys.
It's one of the most fun watches you're going to have
Yes.
all week long. It is a show that I hope. Are we going to get more episodes of Astronomy Club?
I can't say. I don't know. We are.
Oh, you
in a
can't say.
We are in a pandemic, and everything is kind of on hold. So.
So no plans for a Zoom episode? No plans for a Zoom?
Could you imagine? That would be fantastic. I should ask.
But you'd
I should
have to
ask
come
the
up with
team.
reasons why they're all in, not because the premise of the show, you're all in the same house.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do that Parks and Rec level thinking of why all the characters are not why all the cast members are not in the same house.
George, will you direct it? We need.
I have a pitch. Here's how you can do a Zoom episode, because the framing device is that the cast of Astronomy Club all live in a house together.
Yes.
But the characters that you play in the sketches don't live in that house. So
They
you
don't.
could have one camera that is the house, and as people leave, they get calls from the characters in the sketches.
This sounds great. I gotta write notes. This is great. Honestly, if you're willing to direct it, we'll do it tomorrow. And make sure you invite everyone that's watching right now to our live stream.
Yeah, everyone. I was about to say that everyone should tweet at Netflix that George Lucas has to direct the next season of Astronomy Club, but that might not be actually a helpful. That might just be more confusing than it is helpful.
I think they should still do that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It would be amazing if that really happened as a result of a Twitter campaign.
Well, he's retired. He's
I
got
am.
time. I mean,
I
you're
am.
retired. You're retired.
You are having such pronoun trouble between the we's and the he's and the you's and the me's.
I'm a little distracted these days.
That's,
Also,
it's
like you're
perfectly
doing
understandable.
An
Our list is on.
invocation opening.
Hmm?
It's almost like you're doing an invocation opening.
Oh God, I have put heralds behind in my past. They can be very traumatizing.
Once on Harold, always on Harold. It's the only thing that matters in this world.
George, there's so many birds in Marin County. It's unexpected.
Yes.
Wait, is that a
there
real?
are
Are
birds.
those real birds?
Look, Google birds in Marin County, and read me a list of all the birds that are in Marin County.
Okay.
That's a fun thing. Jeff, how's that Coke?
It's delicious. Hold on, I put it down here. It's great.
I
never.
Does it bring you back to the place you were when you first watched?
It totally does, because I don't drink Coke anymore very much. It's very rare for me because I like Arliss. I've just kind of lost track of it over the years, you know. So
How many
it does
seasons
bring me back, yeah.
when you were watching your Arliss marathon? How many seasons do you think existed at that point?
I don't know. That is a really good question. What year? Like, I think like at the time we didn't really have a sense of like seasons, you know. So
yeah, it was. It
I
ran from '96 to 2002. When was your Arliss weekend experience?
It must have been pretty early on then, because in '96 I was 14 or 15, and I actually thought I was like 13 when this happened. So it must have been pretty early on.
George, there's a list of over 200 birds in Marin County. I'm not going to read them all.
Why not?
Okay, I don't need you, Patrick. I don't need you to read them all. All I need is your apology.
For what?
For questioning the number of birds that you were hearing in Marin County as if it was somehow an inaccuracy.
I'm sorry.
Oh wow.
I'm sorry, who?
I'm sorry, George Lucas.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
Star Wars. Guys,
Michael Bowman's goatee is sharper in 3 than I almost can't even remember what he looked like in seasons 2 and 1 now, because his goatee game in season 3 it feels sharper than ever.
Wait, Michael Boatman is a black guy, right?
Yeah, he's not on screen right now, but I just want to comment in the previous scene. I thought that was I don't know whether that.
Yeah, Nick Offerman is on screen.
Wow, really? Where?
Right here,
Oh my
hugging
gosh.
this man with the
Hey.
little goatee, Nick Offerman.
Look at that. Looks the same.
Yeah, he does. That man doesn't age.
Hey, Watto, it's about to be 4:39.
Oh, great. Okay, I'll keep drafting this ask that Watto is going to burn, but let me explain something to Jeff Rubin and Moses.
Please.
You're two of the funniest people in the business.
Oh, thank you.
You're constantly putting out high comedy content. Now imagine how it would feel if you entirely self-produced and self-financed 39 episodes of a comedy series that were never released.
It'd be devastating. Why would anyone do such a thing?
George did it. He produced a cartoon show called Star Wars Detours that is like Star Wars, but very funny. And when Disney stole Star Wars from him, he said, well, have fun releasing my fully finished TV show. And Disney said, yeah, sure. And then put it on a shelf where it has remained for almost a decade. So once an hour, at the 39th hour of every minute, we ask people to tweet at Disney Plus, may Detours be with you, and demand to release the original 39. Now, maybe not the most important cause this week, but
I'd say this is the greatest injustice in America right now.
Nope. Don't.
No?
It's top 10.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Not number 1 this week. So just put things in perspective. It's the 8th or 9th most important cause this week.
Now, this is an animated show for adults or for kids?
For kids.
Everyone.
For everyone.
But it's for teen. The sweet spot is teens.
Yes.
Teens and preteens who like comedy a little bit mischievous.
Yes.
And I also want to say, I know a lot of you watching have tweeted this a lot. That's great. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
For sure.
Strength in numbers.
Well,
Quantity, not quality.
that is heartbreaking, George. I'm sorry that they did you like that.
I'm not sad for me. I'm just sad that at a time when people could maybe use something to cheer them up, that they don't have this.
Oh wow. Hey guys, I want to put this picture in we just got on Twitter. Hang on 1 second. It's a good one.
Oh.
Look at him.
Look at us.
It's pretty sweet.
Now, George, what's your take on fan art, on unlicensed fan art? Should we issue a cease and desist here or what?
Nope. In the mid to late 90s, there was a brief period where Lucasfilm was cracking down on websites, and then we said, nope, that the fans are what keep it alive. We don't need to. The thing is, we don't. If I'm never gonna give fans the like, I don't think fans have any control over the real thing, but they should be able to make up their own stuff and spread it around. Keep Star Wars alive. It's fun for people. I'm 100% behind fan art. I'll probably put some fan art in my museum.
What about like sexy fan fiction?
Well, I'm not the most sexual person.
What?
No.
I'm not.
Lucas, you're hot.
But I understand that other people, if that's what they like, just don't bring it up around me. Just don't. I remember back in the day, I'd be walking around the offices and I'd hear there was apparently a Star Wars porno movie and people were talking about it and they were laughing about it. And I remember saying, guys, I don't want to hear about it. Okay. Darth Vader would not do that to his daughter.
Two things. First of all, Watto did just burn an ask that hopefully will pay off later.
All right.
Second, Patrick, can you tell us what we're up to?
We are up to.
I want to make sure we remember the reason for the season, which is raising money for the National Bail Fund.
We're up to $1,629.94.
$400, y'all. You can do this.
And remind me what our $2,000 goal is.
$2,000 goal is George eats some more Jell-O.
Whoa.
And this is.
Again, you don't know how funny this is. It sounds like a bad goal, but I'm telling you, you're going to laugh.
It's a good goal.
Than you would at the original 39 episodes of Detours.
It's a good goal. And you should also, when we get close to reaching that goal, you should tell people, come join the live stream. You're going to want to see this.
You're going to want to see. What were you about to ask, Monique?
I was going to say, is that your flavor of choice? The color orange?
For this specific restaging, because what I do is I restage a scene that I always wanted to do in episode 4 when Luke Skywalker is looking at those two suns.
Yeah.
I wanted for there to be a big monster that pops up over the horizon and eats both of the suns.
Yeah.
And then Luke would be like, oh boy, I have a bad feeling about that.
Sounds good.
All right. Now, we're getting close to episode 4, The Family Trust. Which that sounds like it could be a Star Wars movie because Star Wars is about family and trust is a major issue. Because the Skywalker family, there's all kinds of deception and there's all kinds of, people sneaking off and doing stuff and not telling their son or who they are and,
Yeah.
all kinds of family problems in that family. Like getting married, not telling the Jedi Council. It's all part of the family trust.
Can I throw out 2 more stretch goals that just feel like obvious?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 1, I feel like let me get this right, at $4,444, George deflates BB-8. At $8,888, he reinflates BB-8. Okay, let's just add those to the list.
That's great.
Say that one more time, Watto, just so I can hear it.
$4,444, BB-8 is deflated. Which for Monique and Jeff, it involves George essentially having to hump the air out of BB-8. He has learned it the only way it deflates. So on camera,
obviously we've said that this is a hard time to try to be funny about anything that's going on because there's a lot of truly horrible stuff going on. But I do want to take just a small moment just to appreciate on a very small level that there may be somebody out there who's at a protest and they're out there trying to make a positive difference in the world. And then they get arrested by some overzealous police people. Bail is set. They can't afford the bail. And that the reason that they are able to afford the bail is because George Lucas humps the air out of an inflatable BB-8.
Look, it's not
That, like, they won't know it. They won't know it, but that will be a thing that happens in the world, which is that someone will be able to not have to go into a prison cell that day because George Lucas literally humps the air out of an inflatable BB-8.
This
All
is
right,
a tough week to make jokes, so that's the kind of joke we're going for. It's the
Yeah.
sort of big picture joke of that.
Yeah.
No, it's honorable.
Let's start this episode.
Okay, ready?
Oh.
Everyone get it right.
Episode 4. Episode
Yep.
4.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Love the spinning.
Once
ball.
again, TV mature. If you're watching this on HBO Max, there is adult content and adult language. So far today, there have been episodes about steroids. He's dealt with societal issues that are still obviously relevant to the current moment, even though this show is decades old. It's still speaking towards a lot of the very human concerns that people are dealing with in the world today. And it's very nice to be able to do this, even though we can't be together as friends because of the horrible pandemic that's spreading everywhere. I want to say it's very nice to be able to spend a little bit of time with my friends Watto and Patrick, and also with Jeff and Monique. It's very nice to see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, George.
Have
And
you guys had
Watto.
any sports fans on the show who, like, because there's kind of these like sports people kind of coming and going without comment for us, and I feel like that was a major component of what made our list special.
Yeah.
Now,
Were you a sports fan when you were watching?
When I was
Jeff?
watching this, I was, but then like I went to college and I like completely lost track of all sports, and now I don't know who any of these people are anymore. But like when I was watching this, I was like, oh my god, they got Dave Winfield. This is incredible. What a funny show.
you're just going to have to keep tuning in, you know?
Yeah, he'll never answer the question, we're sports fans on this show.
Does this show originated as a Star Wars thing have a lot of sports fans in it? I feel like they're usually two separate groups potentially.
Yeah.
That is true.
I mean, pod racing is a sport. Now,
true.
one thing that we haven't commented on is that in the previous seasons, when we'd see Arliss's book, it would spin towards the camera.
Yeah.
Now it just appears. It no longer spins toward the camera. It just sort of slides, scoots in, and then it opens up for you, and then you go into the book.
Oh, really? Mine spun. I got a spin.
In this episode, it did not spin. It just scooted right on. Boop.
Monique, maybe you got a special edition.
That's
Maybe you got a
very
special edition, or
strange.
maybe I got a special edition. But I'm going to go back, even though it'll throw me off a little bit. Mine did not spin. I'm seeing supervising producer Bruce Kirschbaum. Arliss hits the little basketball back towards the player. He walks across. It says created by Robert Wool. No spin. It just fades from black, and the book is already there. And then it opens up.
I just went back to mine, and I see a baseball field, very far wide shot, and then the book spins up towards me.
On episode 4, The Family Trust? Hold on. Well, I want to back up because I want to show you. I'm going to back up. Let's back it up
The
and
Family
hold.
Trust, and it says, but starring Robert Wool.
Hang on, you guys are
that.
both on HBO Max, right?
HBO Max.
All right, watch what happens. Watch what happens.
Live.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Actually,
Here we go.
I am.
Come on, let's see the book.
But that's past where it spun for me.
No.
George.
Wait. Where was the spin for you, Monique?
It's before all of that. It's like there's like a montage of sports imagery, like people, diving into a pool and stuff like that.
Let's see if the spin is earlier. This is the first. We're not legally allowed to show this, but this is the first we've. Screw it.
This is too important. Yeah. This is too important.
Fuck the police. We're gonna show it.
Yeah.
I hope they will come and arrest me for showing this.
I hope so.
This is gonna get. We're gonna get pulled from YouTube.
No.
Oh, you won't.
Not if I do this. It's like Jello Arliss. It's like Jello Arliss.
It's coming up. I'll let you know.
Oh my gosh.
See, it's after this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right here.
No spin.
It spins early.
That's a spin.
It spins early.
That's a spin.
Yeah, we both got it. So it spins early, but it used to spin, I thought, later in the credits. Okay, now where are we up to on the episode?
Okay, so this is the episode. I think Bobby was telling us about this episode last week, but
He directed this episode.
This one's kind of based off Little Penny Hardaway.
Aww.
puppet
Yeah, sure.
appeared in commercials and was very popular in the 90s. I think this episode is spoofing that phenomenon.
That's so funny.
And we're up to
Time someone took
434.
Little Penny Hardaway down a notch.
I know, right? Yes, right. We're at 440 and change.
440 and change.
God, it is incredible how just every episode Sandra Oh's outfit somehow gets even better.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that is her deal, right? Being stylish,
Yeah.
being type A.
But I
George,
mean,
what you
easier said
doing?
than done, you know?
Yeah.
She's walking the walk, much like
Yeah.
Cop.
Love
Cell
it.
phones were probably like pretty expensive back when this show was shot, you know, like pretty rare.
This was 99, right? If it started in 96, we're in episode 3.
This is 98, it says on HBO Max.
98. Wow.
We're 98.
But who knows how those seasons work?
Yeah, I think
Is there another TV show that does the like every episode is a book from the chapter? Because that is a good framing device, you know? It's
Mm.
like this is all like my biography, this is my lessons from life, and each episode is going to be a chapter from that book. That's a good shtick.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a proto How I Met Your Mother. It's like the show could be called How I Wrote My Book. And you're getting the little chapters.
Now, Jeff, you know why Bobby decided to make that the framing device for the show?
No, why?
It's because in the late 80s, he was reading a little book called The Art of the Deal,
Mm.
and he said, all these stories sound like bullshit. I want to know what the real stories are behind all these bullshit stories. So we're going to tell that. And that's what that does.
You guys are going to know more about Arliss when you're done with this than anyone on Earth. Like, like no one will have as much Arliss trivia as you guys do.
To some degree, it feels like we're living in the children's book, The Giver. Giving us all the knowledge about behind-the-scenes production of Arliss, so we could carry that on for further generations.
I mean, if a show lasts 7 seasons, it's got cultural currency.
80
it should be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more than a high school career, more than a college career. You know?
Are you guys looking at Michael Boatman's goatee here? Can you see it?
Yeah.
So when did The Sopranos start? Because The Sopranos starts in like, I want to say like 99 or 2000. So it runs alongside this for some time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at the banner. Look at this pillow.
Yeah.
Who's right next to? Who's right there?
Where's my
Arliss.
pillow?
Arliss is
I mean,
there.
yeah, I guess I see Arliss and Rita
Watto,
Wilson.
get your pillow, Watto.
Who else is on the pillow? Chris Rock,
Yeah, name him.
Dennis Miller. I used to watch the Dennis Miller show when I was like 13 or 14 too, and be like, "This is so intelligent.
Ernie Hudson.
He's
and
so
Ernie
smart." Oh, Ernie Hudson.
Oh, Ernie Hudson.
Terry,
What show
Terry
was he in?
Kinney.
He was the
Terry,
Rubin on
he was in Oz,
Oh, Oz,
along with
yeah.
Terry Kinney, who you can currently see on Showtime on Billions,
Wow.
Wait, who?
recurring. There's the Sex
Terry
and the
Kinney?
City women.
Who's
Chris
Terry
Rock.
Kinney?
He's on Billions.
Terry Kinney played McManus on Oz.
Oh, I've watched Oz and Billions, and I never put together that guy was McManus.
Yes,
The
because
star of Andrew Cuomo's press conferences, Chris Rock over here.
Osmosis
Right.
Jones himself.
now a fun fact about the pillow is very different than the banner. The banner has more people because you have
Gumbel, Krauser, Ambrose.
Brian Gumbel's still on HBO. I think he's still doing that show, right?
but Gumbel is on the banner but not the pillow, but Rock is on the pillow but not the banner.
Yeah.
And no one can tell me why.
Trying to get to the bottom of this. It's a big mystery.
Why did Gumbel refuse to be on the pillow? Did Rock refuse to be on the banner? Or was this a decision that was completely out of their hands and someone just decided?
It's kind of funny
No.
that for Oz they went with the 2 authority figures and none of the prisoners. You know,
Yeah.
give me a
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons on the pillow. Give me an
Yeah.
Adabisi.
Right. Yeah. There's so many. There's Beecher. There's who else is on? Who are the other characters?
What's his name? That kid from The Wire and all that Nickelodeon shows. He's on it. I can't think of his
Is
name.
it
Give me a
Henry
second.
Henry Rollins? In
Yeah.
Oz?
I think.
Oh, what's his name's on Oz? The guy from Law and Order.
Yeah, who had a band, who was in like some rock band.
Okay,
Did we
Chris,
say J.K. Simmons
Yeah,
already?
Henry Rollins.
We said J.K. Simmons already.
Yeah, who's the guy who's on Law and Order and he's in Wet Hot, American Summer?
Chris Maloney.
Maloney's on Oz.
Chris Maloney's penis, I believe, was on Oz.
Definitely.
Yeah, he had a
peeing on Oz, which is a weird way to show someone's penis. You know, it's not just like a sexual thing. Like you see him peeing in a bucket. It's very unusual.
Heavily recurring.
Yeah, and he had there's Dean Winters as Ryan O'Reilly.
Oh, Dean Winters, sure.
Edie Falco. As there's Adebisi. Oh, there's Eamon Walker as Saeed.
Great actor.
Yeah,
I love him.
Harold Penneau from Lost played Augustus Hill, who was the narrator for the.
It's funny, like I watched Oz once. I mean, I watched like the first 4-ish seasons of it, like 15 years ago, and I remember all these characters. It's a very good show. I mean, it goes a little off the rails, but like all these characters, like I can tell you something about them. You know, it's a very memorable show. I can tell you how big their penis is, etc.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I never watched.
I'm looking to see. Well, it's available on HBO Max.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a really fun time to watch Oz.
Yeah, that's not my flavor of show.
Are there any HBO shows that aren't on HBO Max? Like, is Dream on HBO Max?
I
don't believe it is.
No, I mean,
I don't think not necessarily the news is not on. I don't think Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is on it.
Cop Rock, was that HBO?
No, it was
not.
That
was ABC.
That was network, baby. But I feel like Arliss and Larry Sanders were two of the big holdouts.
Yeah.
In the last year.
So Arliss, they didn't have. Arliss was a holdout, and now they have the Arliss rights. Yeah. Like, it wasn't just something they had laying around. Like, they've actively seeked out the Arliss rights for these series.
Bobby said one of the things that was holding up Arliss on HBO is they used so much popular music.
Sure.
And so he had to approve personally of new edits where they replaced certain songs they couldn't afford.
So these are special editions that we're seeing on HBO Max, which makes it all the sweeter.
I hope someone makes... Look, I know, George, you might be offended by this, but just in the name of historical records, I hope someone makes a despecialized edition of Arliss.
No, no.
What does that mean?
No.
Fans trading it at conventions.
Yes. There are fans who don't like George's special edition, so they have spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours assembling new high-definition edits to roll back the special editions.
I will find every copy. I will find every copy of those files, and I will destroy them.
Okay, here's the question to Gether. What is the number that we have to hit in order for you and Don Finelli to come on the stream and do Fizzy Boys live? A mini
Fizzy.
A mini
Fizzy.
Did you ever listen to Fizzy Boys?
Oh, I haven't seen, but I love those. I love both of those guys so much.
Great podcast. It's just it's Don Finelli and Chris Gethard very dryly reviewing sodas.
Oh, God.
Be careful. Patrick says we have a packed show today.
We do. I'll also say maybe if we hit a number, they come on next week. But right now we're at $1,654, $55.
We're still in that 1,600 pens.
Yeah.
Patrick, did you write down the goal that we set for Fizzy Boys that they would record and release an episode by midnight tonight?
I don't think we came up with a number.
Let's come up with one.
I think we did. It was a really low number.
I know we have a packed show, but I want to pack it even further. Let's get James III on. Let's get Dr. Dad on. Let's get Fizzy Boys live.
You have to get them.
Packed to the gills, Patrick.
Gethard says it can't happen today, which is fine.
Okay, fine. Next week.
What if we got $1 million, Chris?
Yeah.
If we raise $1 million today, will you agree to that?
$1 million is the stretch.
$1 million?
If Chris doesn't agree to that,
please.
he's complicit. That's all there is to it.
Don't forget this book.
Will you agree that if we reach $1 million, you will release the Fizzy Boys by midnight?
James III.
This is an easy yes. This should be an easy yes. Take the win. This should be an easy yes. I can't believe his silence on this.
No, he's saying wait.
No. Just say that if we reach $1 million, you will record and release a Fizzy Boys episode. It can be 5 minutes long. You'll release it by midnight tonight.
You guys can defy space and time. It's happened before.
Yes.
It's happened before.
Except this won't be a bogus journey. It'll be an excellent.
It'll be an excellent adventure.
We're not talking about time travel. We're talking about like a Tenet.
I think this is what Gethard is saying. I think Gethard is saying, "Oh, I don't have the time to get delivered to my home some sodas." To which we say it's a mini soda. It's whatever is in your fridge.
Yeah. Also, don't use excuse. We're talking about sodas here.
Mini-sode.
I don't know about this.
You
guy.
don't need
No.
special-
Whatever soda you don't have Chris, you don't have a soda in your house. You don't have one carbonated drink. I'm not saying you have to get a special
No,
cherry
not
root beer or
special.
something.
It's a mini-sode. It could be any goddamn. It could be a seltzer. It could be
Yeah.
a flavored seltzer.
Blow some bubbles in a glass of milk.
A few.
We're not asking you to leave your house. Chris, we're not asking you to leave your house. We're asking, do you have any soda in your house right now?
Anything carbonated in your fridge.
Are there bubbles in your house? Are there
Seltzer
bubbles?
in your
Well, that
house.
could be an episode. That could be an episode. Are there bubbles in your house? Is there a beverage with bubbles? You could even release a still episode. If the Fizzy Boys review a still drink, what an amazing thing that would be. The first ever still drink reviewed by the Fizzy Boys.
Here's another thing.
You can't make this happen by midnight. The Fizzy Boys review a glass of still water from the tap.
Our guests are having a great
I'm
time.
loving it. Yeah,
They're
yeah.
laughing at a time. Don't
I think,
try to.
You know, if they raise $1 million, I think you can drink some seltzer.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
a
understand why he
$1
won't say
million
yes to a thing that
threshold.
cannot possibly happen.
Absolutely.
We will not raise $1 million. But
Yes.
if we did, you wouldn't review a glass of still water?
Yes.
It's not his
Just say yes.
responsibility.
Just say yes. Just say yes, Chris.
here's
Just
an
say if we reach $1 million,
Unnecessary.
not unnecessary. Just say that for $1 million for a good cause, you will review a glass of still water as Fizzy Boys and release the podcast.
You know what, Gethard? I'm not putting your comments on screen anymore until you agree to Stillwater podcast.
I want to know more about these specialty sodas he's ordering. It take weeks to come.
He just doesn't want to give us the yes. He just doesn't want to agree to a simple thing that can't even happen.
We've done so much for him.
We've done so much for him,
It's
and he
a-
won't even
Sounds
give us a
like-
yes.
This sounds like peer pressure, and I'm excited.
This show is essentially the Seinfeld of Planet Scum. We're your blockbuster
Whoa.
show.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa.
Wow.
Comes out.
Unpaid work.
Never any respect.
Coming
Not
from
only
the
does he
man-
not have respect for you now, it never existed. It's not even like he's
Never.
lost respect.
Wow!
Never any respect.
Coming from the man who once called Patrick Kottner, walks the walk Kottner.
Yeah.
He talks the talk, walks the walk.
You guys know any other like streaming sites we could end up using for next
I
week?
know many.
Yeah. Interesting.
I think next
You know what? I'm going to activate it. He's made me do this. He's made me do this.
Oh my
He's pushed
God.
us to the brink.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
It's happening.
Other people can go ahead. Oh, he'll do it?
Wow.
$1 million.
That's great.
Wow.
I was about to drop a very big weapon, and now I don't have to. Thank you for not making me do this.
we're about to
If we reach $1 million, the
You
Fizzy
pressured.
Boys will review a glass of still water
tonight,
on their podcast.
Wow.
a live mini-sode.
Yes, if we get to $1 million. So we now know Chris Gethard has a price. He can be bought.
Right. So that,
Wow.
I want to make it clear. The specific goal is just $1 million still water for a live mini-sode today. We are still aiming to do a full new run of Fizzy Boys with artisanal sodas.
Here's the thing.
It is-
There's an app that you can Patrick Connor had a podcast on Anchor
Yes.
that was called Elysium Watch. It was
Yeah.
released on an app that you can just record it on your phone, and it's uploaded to Spotify within minutes.
Yes. I should also mention there's been a bidding war for this show, much like John Krasinski's Some Good News.
Oh,
Some
geez.
good news.
We've got multiple offers. We don't
Well,
need
now we just got to raise $1 million.
Planet Scum.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone, let's get to $1 million. I've never been
And,
bullied
and the
this
thing
hard.
is, if CBS, there's no reason why the George Lucas talk show, our list charity watchathon, could not be on CBS All Access.
It could be there.
I can think of no reason
It's a buyer.
why.
It's a seller's market right now.
Oh, CBS All Access would love to have this show.
I mean, in terms of syndication, what? We already have 50 hours of television.
Yes, if we break this up into 22-minute episodes,
Yes.
suddenly we're Gunsmoke. You know what I mean? We're right.
Can we put up?
Patrick, I can't wait for you to repackage these into the proper 22-minute cuts.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Patrick, can you put Gethard's most recent comment up on the screen? I've never been bullied this hard, and you guys have all heard what it's like from me.
That's all right.
That's fine.
Gethard, I want to say this. Thank you, Chris Gethard, for giving the George Lucas Talk Show a home on Planet Scum. We kid because we love, and we're all, it's been a rough week, and tempers are, running hot here at the George Lucas Talk Show.
Yeah.
Are we anywhere closer to the next goal?
I don't know. I'm still a little mad.
And you know what, guys? I'm going to take this opportunity to hop off because it's after 5 and I have some things to do. But I will say this. I just watched you break a man, and I really hope you get to $1 million for that. Okay?
I hope so.
Yes. We did something here today. We broke a man.
He's broken. He's a broken man. And I wish you the best, Chris Gethard. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Monique. Astronomy Club on Netflix. Everyone make sure to check it out if you haven't already.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody check it out.
Even if you already have watched it, if you have free time, just press play on it and let it play. Netflix won't even know that you're not watching it.
It's so true. Love it. Love it all for me.
You're a class act.
Thanks, guys. So
Bye, Monique. Nice to see you.
Bye.
Guys, I don't want to break up the party or anything, but I am also have to get going soon. But
it's a
thank
great
you for having me on.
opportunity.
This was so fun, and thanks for raising money for such a great cause in such a fun way.
Jeff, did you finish your Coke? I
did.
Awesome.
Good.
I bet there's just a little bit left. Just get that last little bit that hides.
Is it? Yeah. A little backwash in the bottom. I did finish the Coke, and that's why I have to go because now I have to pay. All right, hold on. It's still good. Coke is so good. I hate it. I hate it.
Coke
it's
is
still
it.
Good, though.
Coke is it.
I love it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
It's the real thing. Okay, I think it's time for an overdue segment. It's time to give Baby Yoda and our listening.
Yeah, let's do it.
I really think this is a good Baby Yoda, right? I mean, for like a consumer grade, like non-collectible price, I feel like this is a very good quality Baby Yoda.
I think it's a good Baby Yoda.
Okay, so.
Well, we gotta put the yen in there for the Y right off the bat.
Yes.
This is the Mattel version for people asking. This is the plush, non-electronic Mattel version. I find that both the sculpt and the materials on the fabric of his wardrobe are better and more screen accurate on the Mattel version. Watto has very strong opinions on this.
Now, guys, for the B, do we want the Bitcoin or the Thai baht?
I think the Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
Yes.
Now we should say
this is a present day Arliss. This is a present day Arliss name, so it's.
But I think that
Arliss always kept up to date.
Maybe the second B is the Thai bot.
Sure. Okay. We should also say I believe Arliss has been kidnapped.
This is an intense episode.
There's a lot going on.
Things have kidnapped, much like Baby Yoda was kidnapped. Not to spoil the season 1 of The Mandalorian, but it's all about kidnapping.
Yes. Now let's replace the O in Yoda with a basketball.
Okay.
Yeah, and after the A in Yoda. Yeah. After the A in Yoda, I want to put no, not the A in Baby, the A in Yoda.
Oh, okay.
I want to put an RLI and then $2.
And this is special. Okay. We're not going to do this every time.
I'm going to do this every time. And also after the A in Baby, I want to put an R, LI, and then $2.
And this is special. We're not going to do it every time.
Yeah.
And Patrick, I think your instincts were correct to replace that I with the golf flag.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And because I feel like we've lost something here a little bit.
Yes.
I want to put after Yodarless. So it's Barless B Yodarless. I want to put the baby. Just the baby.
Okay.
Yes.
Just the baby?
No, the baby.
Wait.
And no comma. And capital T, capital B. Yeah.
Should it be the baby or the child, George?
I think baby's cuter.
I'm just saying the child is kind of the official name they've used on marketing.
Yeah, that's their Disney name.
Yes.
I don't acknowledge their Disney name.
Okay. I want to make a pitch here, okay? And just try it out. We can undo this.
Okay.
Patrick, I want you to highlight THEBA. And try cutting that. And then removing the space. Yes. So this would be barless B, yodarless B. I think it's got a good ring to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we feel good? Do we feel like that's ready to go?
I don't know how to top it.
I don't either.
That's good. We got it.
We got it.
We got it. And you know what I say about that?
We got it.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Yippee. Yippee.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Oh, that was a good one.
This is a good week. We're having a good week, right?
We got it.
We got it.
Okay, what are we at right now in terms of fundraising, Patrick?
We are at. Oh no, hang on. The Bitcoin doesn't come in the banner.
Too modern.
Too modern.
Too modern.
We are at.
Now, I will say, currently, Sandra Oh is wearing a welder's mask, which is very 2020. That's very keeps the droplets in.
Yeah.
We are at $1,803.56.
Wow.
And at 2000, is that when I do something special again?
You drink some you do a special edition of eating the Jello.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too: fill in the gap, to mind the gap being Lou style. At 1900, because people are asking for it, I will put the sequel hat on Baby Yoda.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's good.
That's 19. We're trying to mind the gap here.
So that's pretty close. We're less than 100 away from that.
I'm saying $100, and he will wear the hat for the rest of the episode, the rest of the stream.
Whoa. This was an intense episode, and he directed.
This was a very intense episode.
I also just noticed that last shot of the book is over Fenway Park. That's the background.
Yeah. Michael Boatman continues to be a special guest star.
Yeah.
He's no different than Bob Costas at this point.
He was pulling double duty.
John Olmeyer.
ABC would not give him the out.
And sometimes you just have to, that's one deal that they had to make a special way.
I know. It's kind of, I mean, it was sort of life imitating art.
Film editor John Murray. I don't know if that's the same John Murray who was on Herald Night.
I'm guessing no.
No, but that's just a guess. That's just a guess.
It's a guess. I'm guessing just based off of his age.
John Murray could have, as a very young man, been the film editor for Arliss. We don't know.
It's just a guess.
It's just a guess.
It's just a guess.
John Murray, the host of the very popular Bruce Springsteen podcast. He's on the team GOAT at the former UCB New York. Possibly the film editor for Arliss in 1998.
And I believe he was probably on Herald Night at some point.
He was definitely on.
He was definitely on Herald Night at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
John Murray was on Herald Night.
Gethard's asking if we're close. And what do you?
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there. It's been like 5 minutes.
We're very much on our way to $1 million.
Rebellions were built on hope.
Rebellions were built on hope.
5:15 right now because the episode, that was a long one. We should just go straight into the next episode.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let the autoplay just happen.
One,
I do like that if you...
2, 3.
Great.
I do like that if you pay close attention at the end of these episodes, the little HBO Max logo pops up if you're watching on HBO Max.
Yes.
That's a little bit of extra bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Now, I know that, Patrick, earlier you were saying we couldn't have any more guests because today was so packed, and yet, look, it's the three of us.
I know.
All alone.
I'll say this for
on the show.
We are scheduled to have a guest right now. We'll waiting to see.
Can you put in the private chat who it is? I think I know, but just to confirm who is it.
I think you do. I think you do know.
Great, then I won't even ask you to type it out.
Yeah.
Connor, Hallie says she finds your voice soothing.
Thank you so much, Hallie. I really appreciate it.
Gethard, get on camera. You're saying you're literally here, not on camera.
No, we don't want Gethard on camera.
Oh boy, see, this is a beef now.
It's a beef. It's a beef.
It's a beef?
It's a beef.
Well, we're
This
gonna
could
get.
be his. We don't know that this is Chris Gethard who's actually making these comments. It could be his young son at the
That's why we
keyboard.
need visual proof. People ask, where's the beef? It's here on the George Lucas talk show between Patrick and Gethard.
Yeah, everyone's hashtagging where's the Geth.
Where's the Geth?
I'll listen.
Well, yes.
Where do clients come from?
I will
We
send.
start off with a dead body at an open casket funeral.
This is all right.
Arliss is attending.
I got to say, Bobby wasn't lying when he said as the show went on, it got darker and darker and heavier and heavier. We're seeing this season already. It's dealing with heavier subjects and
Yes.
darker terrain for these characters.
Oh boy. This episode directed by Timothy Marks.
The great Tim Marks.
One of the brothers.
No.
And it's the shellfish that got him. This man died of a shellfish allergy, which is a callback. Oh, hello.
I'm sorry we had a fight, guys.
No, it's fine. We both brought our sons to the show today, so let's try to be civil for their sake. All three of us have brought our sons. Patrick, no, Patrick.
How can this not be my son if those two?
Stormtroopers are cops. They're the opposite of what we're supporting.
Yeah, that's not the time, Patrick. Now is not the time to cuddle up
No.
to a stormtrooper.
Time and a place. Time and a place.
Guys, I'm really sorry we had a fight before.
Look,
I'm sorry too. I'm glad it worked out though,
Chris,
and we got a little bit closer to the 1 million.
That's much better. That is
That's
much
great.
better. That's resistance. That's a
I
resistance.
posted a million to ARLI.
A rebel trooper.
Patrick, you should open that out. Take that out of its original packaging.
Get there.
How about if we do that as a stretch goal? If we do a stretch goal, you'll take it out of the original packaging.
40,000.
Nope. Get
All
there.
right.
We are very much on our way to 1 million. And I will say we are at the pace in which I can promise you we will hit it.
And the thing is, the longer it takes to 1 million, the quicker you're going to have to record that episode.
Yes, that's true. Now,
I would go ahead. You know what? I'm going to give you some advice because as someone who I did not, by my own admission, I didn't plan. It took me a lot longer to make the Star Wars movies than I thought it would. I would go ahead and record that episode so you have it ready to go rather than rushing later this evening when we reach 1 million.
Or
I would have it ready.
It could be a
I would
live
get that.
episode.
I haven't checked with Don on any of this.
We got to.
Don's a good guy. I know he's down for it.
Yeah, let's burn that ask. Let's burn that ask.
On the stream.
What?
Get him on the stream.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get Don
if we
Finelli on the
make a
stream.
million. If we make 1 million.
Patrick, burn the ask. Just get him prepped. He doesn't even know we're talking about this.
Yeah, burn the ass. This is not fair to Don.
No, let's burn the ask. Now, Chris, I know you seemed very reticent to the idea of drinking flat water on Fizzy Boys.
It doesn't make any sense.
Can I make an alternate pitch?
Sure.
Because Fizzy Boys is very much about the bubbles.
Why? How did this even come up? It's a podcast no one listened to. It's been dead for
Chris,
Hey, I listen
Chris,
to
we are
every
watching
episode. I'm
Arliss.
still subscribed.
Don't ask how things came up. They just
What are
do.
you talking about? What is this? How does anything happen?
How are you talking about Fizzy Boys on the George Lucas Arliss Watchathon?
Here's what happened. Watto for charity chugged an entire can of Coca-Cola energy drink and then almost died. Then when Josh Rubin, the Josh Rubin so nice they named him
Jeff Rubin.
I'm sorry. When Jeff Rubin, former College Humor co-worker of Josh Rubin, they both worked together. When he came on the show, he offered to drink a Coke for charity. And we asked him as a stretch goal to hold the can up to the microphone so we could get the sound of the fizz, which reminded me of Fizzy Boys, one of my all-time favorite podcasts. And then people in the comments started expressing their love for Fizzy Boys.
Well, thank you so
It's
much.
almost it feels like pattern game opening.
Yes.
Now, do you know that there's an episode of Fizzy Boys that was never released purely because Don forgot?
Of course. And do you? I remember this. I mean, once again, I am truly a very big Fizzy Boys fan. There was also a point in which you promised that you were about to release the unreleased episode, which Don had recovered on his computer. And then what, in fact, Don released was a different episode that had already been released. He posted another episode for the second time. I remember vividly. It was the most disappointing day of my life.
I'm still listening.
Okay, here's my pitch, Gethard. I understand, even though it's for a good cause, drinking flat water goes against the very principles of Fizzy Boys, which has always been a
That's
bubble.
what makes it special. That's what makes it special.
Well, it
It's
also
been a
makes sense. Don and I are supposed to drink the same drink. And
I
we're
know.
2,000 miles apart.
So here's my pitch. Are you ready for my pitch, Gethard?
Sure.
Each of you pour a glass of milk, get a straw, blow bubbles into the milk, and then drink it.
I have an addition to this pitch because you can't. It's hard to drink while blowing the bubbles. You each have significant others. You could have the significant other blow the bubbles into the milk while you drink the milk.
You each have your wife with one straw blow the bubbles while you with a different straw drink the bubbles.
What do you have to do?
You have to blow bubbles into a glass of milk while I drink it so that it's technically carbonated.
I love.
Tell Hallie it's for charity. It's so people can get bail.
She loves blowing bubbles in milk.
I love
Hallie,
preschool.
She's loved it since preschool.
thank you, Hallie. Thank you.
Thank you, Hallie.
Thank you, Hallie.
It's fine. We're assembling furniture, and Hallie's building Cala Red Wagon here. That's what the banging is.
That rules.
Hmm?
Hey,
Sounds like it's really happening.
hey, can I tell everyone what Watto texted you for your birthday?
Sure.
Watto downloaded like 8 different photos of birthday cakes made in the image of Kit Fisto, your favorite Star Wars character. But
Yeah.
then after downloading the photos, Watto forgot, so he sent them to you roughly 36 hours late.
It was pretty great. All right, I gotta go because people are analyzing my house and it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple of hours. Tell Hallie to get her straw ready.
All right. Yeah, no, I don't highlight those comments, Patrick. They make me feel a little weird.
What about this one? Does this make you feel weird? Is this off-brand?
Yeah, no, things
Yes,
have been a lot
Chris,
better,
where can
but
people find you on Cameo? Where can people find you on Cameo?
you just search a person's name on Cameo and then you find them on Cameo. Please don't make me
Okay.
plug my Cameo.
It's just like when you're leaving the show. You like I plugged Astronomy Club when Monique went off.
Yeah.
It's just get your plugs in.
You don't have a SoundCloud. What else are you going to plug?
I feel like I'm good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, we'll see you in a couple
It's
hours.
very nice to see
We're
you.
very much on track for $1 million.
Also, so you know, I sent Don the link without Patrick's permission, so
Cool.
Don might just show up.
Cool.
That's
cool.
great. Although, who knows if he'll just say he never got the email.
Good
How's
callback.
that for like a 8-year callback? That's funny.
Great callback.
That's actually a very,
All
very.
right, I'll see you soon. We will do the bubble. I will commit to the bubbles in milk. Fizzy.
That's
I
a
will.
good pitch, and that also Hallie will have fun doing that. It sounds like
Yeah, we'll all have fun.
Everyone will have fun.
Yes.
I gotta go. This was terrible timing. Terrible timing.
All right. And now look, he's drinking. It looks like he's drinking. Is that still water in our list right now,
Still water out of a mason jar. Yes.
Hey, how's this for a callback?
or is that moonshine?
Oh wow! You kept it. That must have. I mean, how much did you pay for that?
It was very expensive.
Yeah.
Very, very expensive.
Look at this episode. Now this is pod racing.
This actually is pod racing. Now this.
Is pod racing. Oh, and he says you like snakes.
Yep. How ironic.
This is nothing but callbacks. This is pure Lucas. Fast car, talking about whether or not you like snakes. He says his guy's name's Kit, just like Kit Fisto.
He's lying. Arliss said, "Oh yeah, sure. Of course I love snakes." Which you can tell he's lying because
He doesn't like snakes. He's a regular Dr. Jones.
Right, Dr.
He's holding
Jones.
on to his potatoes right now.
The lead character always hates snakes. That's how you know who the protagonist is.
Now, do you think
Oh my.
Bobby's really in a fast car there?
Yes. Bobby
think
does
he
all of
is.
his own stunts.
These don't look like, I don't see any rear projection.
No.
Yeah.
I definitely think these are practical effects. I think he really did stunt driving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. The real Ford versus Ferrari should have been Harrison Ford crashing his airplane into a Ferrari. When I saw that Ford versus Ferrari was coming out, I thought it was a documentary, and I was excited to see Harrison crash his plane again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whispering Pines Leisure Village.
Someone in the comments is saying we've lost Patrick. I don't know what that means.
What?
What do you mean, Patrick?
I'm right here.
Well, no, actually, to be fair, you might be doing that trick that people do sometimes where they paint eyes on their eyelids so they can nap and it looks like they're
Patrick, wake up.
Wake up, Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick, wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Can you get closer to the camera to prove that these are your real open eyes? Wait a second! Wait a second, he's napping! He's napping!
I wonder how close we are to Tatooine.
Yes, what number are we at?
We are at 1864 and 56 cents.
Okay, less than $200 away from some Jello action. And for those of you who weren't here earlier in the stream, it might not sound exciting, but I'm telling you, you're gonna love this Jello eating. It's worth every penny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to keep eating my chicken. Watto's a very slow eater.
Am I right about Boatman's goatee being sharper this season?
Yeah, well, I feel like last episode, it was an interesting thing where his goatee was not connected. He had almost a Tony.
Now it's connected.
Now it's connected, which tells me Boatman grows fast.
Yeah.
But he's got definitely some clean lines there on the tee.
Yeah.
I mean, Boatman's a snack. We all agree, right?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I think it's one of those things. I think I don't pretend to know all of the modern, slang lingo, but I think the young people would probably say that he can get it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he can get it. Yes.
And it's because he's a snack that he can get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I saying that right? The reason that this person is a snack is because they can get it.
It sounds very natural the way you're saying it. I think you're doing it correct.
I think that person might be a snack, and the reason for them being a snack is why they can get it.
And because he can get it, it means through transitive property, therefore he is a snack.
Yes. Why am I hearing noises all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I'm trying to have my roommate order dinner.
Oh.
What are you having for dinner?
I think some pizza. I haven't had pizza in a few months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why didn't you want pizza?
Why didn't I want pizza?
Ooh, look at this guy. Look at this guy's goatee. It connects as well.
Mm.
Wow. He looks like Harvey Keitel. He's got a Harvey Keitel vibe.
This guy has a little bit of a villain energy. I wonder.
Yeah.
He will test our main heroes.
And you can tell he's bad because he keeps saying he's a loser.
I know.
He's a loser. I always think it's better when the characters speak directly. It's the third time he said he's a loser in one scene.
Yes.
And they're talking about beverages.
Mm.
Which we've talked a lot about beverages. It's very much a beverage kind of day we're having.
Yes, absolutely.
Talking about sponsorship, that's always an important part. People think like, oh, you make a movie. What do you need? You need a story. You need actors. You need to film it.
That's
you
easy.
need people to sponsor it. You need to make sponsorship deals.
That's difficult.
Now we have a snow globe. It seems like that might be a Citizen Kane reference, possibly.
Yeah.
Who is that actor? That actor looks very familiar.
His name is Matt Winston. He's a great character actor and son of the late great Stan Winston, pioneer makeup and practical effects.
Wow.
Yeah, the great Matt Winston.
Okay. What would we know him from? Do you know anything off the top of your head?
Yes, he plays a Thermian in Galaxy Quest.
That's what it was. I thought it was, but I was not 100% sure.
He plays
he's in Passport to Paris.
Yes, and he is the MC at the final beauty pageant in the film Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
Now, Rita just told the new intern not to get into an elevator with Kirby Carlisle because he'll rub up against you.
Wow. He's also one of the few actors, maybe the only actor, to be in both a Nightmare on Elm Street movie and a Halloween movie.
Wow.
Wow. Pretty spooky.
Wow. Good for him. And he was a puppeteer in Jurassic Park.
It's a very scary fact, Patrick.
Yeah, he rules.
We should get Matt Winston on.
We
Burn
actually
the
should.
ask. Burn the ask.
We actually should.
Let's see if I can figure this out.
I feel like he'd be a great guest on the show. Any week.
Yeah.
But I want this week to be packed, Patrick. And I understand that right now we are still waiting for someone who is supposed to show up. I'm not saying backhandedly. It has been packed and it will continue to be packed. But I want it packed to the gills.
Yes. Oh, no. Matt Winston has no contact information on his IMDb Pro. Oh, but he does have an official website. Here we go.
Okay. And also it's on social media.
Nope. And MattWinston.com just redirects to his Wikipedia page.
Is he on social media?
You've been outplayed, Patrick. You just got outplayed. You just got sent on a wild goose chase, Patrick.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to his website, went right back to the wiki.
Huh.
Because I'll say this, there's the Stan Winston School, which is like an online, they do videos to teach you cinematic arts, and he hosts a lot of them. I feel like you should
guys. We have 13 mutual friends on Facebook.
Friend him.
Friend him now.
I'm gonna friend him. I'm just friended him.
Patrick,
burn the ask.
I just friended him. I friended him.
Request. I'd love to get Matt Winston on the show. Man, it's like, you know what's interesting about Rita's wardrobe on this show? And her hair and her makeup? Not only does it constantly impress, but I feel like they're constantly trying out different styles with her. It's not just more of the same, you know?
Well, this is very... it's very Amidala.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll say this. We are at 1921.63.
Folks, we are less than $80 away from George eating 2
1921. So we are in the pre-talkies era of cinema.
We got to get to the sound era, folks.
Let's get to the sound era.
Give me a talkie.
We got a lot of good cameos. I just saw Jeff Gordon.
Yes.
A lot of good NASCAR cameos.
Yes.
Also, Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, Matt Williams, Charles Woodson, all these NASCAR kings.
He burned the asks. Bobby burned them.
You gotta.
But none of them can hold a candle to Kit Bello.
No.
It's true.
He's faster than them all. Just had a name drop of Mother Teresa.
Oh.
That's our first Mother Teresa name drop. Will there be another one?
I was going to say, maybe it's foreshadowing. Maybe she's a guest on a future episode.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. That woman is a saint.
Bobby's Rolodex, it knows no limits.
Hello, Mama T. How would you like to come on our list, please? And I imagine Mother Teresa would probably say, you know, I hate sports, but I love your show. And I bet she comes on the show. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm not going to look on IMDb, but I bet you that Mother Teresa comes on our list before the end of season 7.
I mean, if Elizabeth Warren is a Ballers fan, Mother Teresa must have been.
That's 1-to-1, baby. That's 1-to-1.
That's 1-to-1.
Guys, we should Arliss a person who donated a name.
Yes, let's give him an Arliss name now. We've been distracted by the episodes. We've been distracted by our friends.
We've had many exciting things happening.
We've had a lot of developments, but it's time to give someone an Arliss name.
Yep.
Long past time.
And not just my son.
What are we waiting on, Patrick? I don't understand. What's happening?
I'm trying to get my dinner ordered.
Oh, okay. I guess dinner is the new napping.
Absolutely. And now we have a new bit that Patrick is constantly eating food. He's a glutton.
Let me get a good name.
Let's get Patrick a good name for someone who's constantly eating dinner.
I got it.
Let's give him a good name of a restaurant.
Oh, no. Hang on. Here we go.
Patrick, I'll start it off. Patrick Chow now.
Snack trick chow now.
Snack trick chow now. We got it. Oh, no one's playing this right now, Patrick. Right now in the comments, I guarantee you, people are going nuts, giving Patrick his new snack name, Snack Trick Chow Now.
Let's do Bates Nunamaker.
All right. Oh, let's get it trending. Snack Trick Chow Now. Go to all your social medias, get it trending. Patrick ate dinner for 30 hours. Oh, we can always rely on our audience to help really deliver this.
I like this suggestion. Patrick caught dinner.
Every one of these is perfect.
Hang on, I keep doing the wrong one. Oh my god.
Well, okay, and Patrick, right off the bat, throw 2 S's, $2 were at the end of Bates.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, get your eye on the ball and off of the ball of cheese.
Put an L after that T.
I can't believe that Patrick is constantly eating.
Wait, why do we put an L after the T?
Because then it makes it less, and change that E to an I.
We changed the T to an R?
Like what you think.
That list.
Oh no, we've lost George.
Can I read out some of the other names that are being suggested?
Yeah, sure.
Pat Snack Brunchner. And put up Andy T. Germ's name. Pat Cheat.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, damn it. Oh. We should finish. Let's finish this name.
Pat Triscuit Sack Lunch. Snack Pack Quinoa. Who thought this would be the thing to break us? Excellent work, everybody.
All right,
Great
all
work,
right.
everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no, another death.
Okay.
Ugh. All right. Let's
Come on, get it together, Patrick. It's no time.
Okay.
It's a very serious day. We're raising money for a good cause. Okay, barless Nunamaker.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to add? I see a few more A's in there.
I would replace the maker with RLI double $signs.
And we're not going to do this every time.
No, this is a special thing.
What if it's we add an ER at the end of that?
Mm-hmm.
None or less.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And make that E a euro.
Yeah. Should we make the R a golfer?
Yes. Oh, it's 5:40, which means a minute ago you should have tweeted at Disney Plus. Hashtag may the tours be with you. Okay, back to the show.
That was your best one yet.
Thank you.
I want to say that for people who've been keeping track of these aliases,
yes,
that Patrick goes by.
Yes.
I was looking to see if Patrick had any wikis out there.
Mm-hmm.
And there is, not on Wikipedia, but there is a Marvel Cinematic Universe wiki that lists Patrick as a editorial and talent producer on the documentary celebrating Marvel's Stan Lee.
Wow.
Great place to put those aliases.
That is true.
Yes. They're almost like his alter egos, his secret identity.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trick once more.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
I can't believe that each of these is perfect.
I know. You keep on thinking we've run out.
You thinking someone's gonna fail.
I know. No one has missed yet.
Someone is asking why Patrick isn't on WikiFeet. I think it might be because there's no footage of his feet anywhere. And we could change that if we make that a stretch goal that Patrick will show his feet.
Oh no! I already
What?
did it. I just did it.
You showed your
You
feet?
did what?
I just showed a foot.
We didn't see it. It was too quick. We can still make it a stretch.
Okay, great. We'll make it a stretch
Yeah.
goal.
We want a
Let's make it
long
a stretch goal.
close-up shot of both feet
No,
exposed.
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
You have
Why not?
I'm not
For
doing
WikiFeet?
$400,000.
Great.
Excuse me.
At $400,000, why don't you make it 40,000? Why don't you make it 40,000?
Make it
Because at 40,000, this comes out of the box.
Yeah, and you show your feet.
Yes, let's make that 20,000 and the feet is 40,000.
Okay, sure.
And here's another name that's good. Pancake Cotton Candy Nor. They are all good.
I'll also
You know,
say this. Guys,
here's the thing.
I believe
From
I've
now
gotten
on-
0 viewers today. So if you guys have given me mean names, you have to follow me on Twitter. That's the rule.
Yeah, you have to follow Patrick Connor on Twitter. That's another important,
More
it's not the
followers.
most important cause that we're trying to help with, but it's one of them.
It's a cause. It's in the top 10 along with releasing
No, top 20.
top 20. It's gotten bumped this week. But let's also mention the goal is for Patrick to have more followers than the Twitter account for 1,600 pen. Now, is that looking good for us? Everyone pause before we go to the next episode. We have 2 minutes. Pause it before it autoplays. Or pause it as it starts autoplay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How are we feeling? Thank you for those names. That was really fun.
I needed that. And we should
think we
never,
all needed that.
let's also say we should never let Patrick off the hook for eating during the live stream.
That's sure. I'm wondering. Here's my question. I'm wondering if one of the. I'm wondering if our guest got time zones confused.
Very possible. He
Maybe.
lives in a different country.
In which case, we are headed for a train wreck of overcrowding.
No, I think
Because if
that,
it's
I believe if the person comes on at the time I think they will come on, it might be a good. It might be a happy accident.
Fair enough.
All right.
Now, Patrick, here's an idea that was thrown out.
Yeah.
What if we combine 2 stretch goals into one?
For
At
what?
a certain number, you have to unpackage the action figure with your bare feet.
Sure. How much?
4,000.
4,000? That's so cheap.
Oh, Patrick, I'm sorry that you don't want to raise money for a national bail fund.
Sure.
I was
4,000.
mistaken.
Sure. 4,000. I will unpackage them with my bare feet.
For $4,000, Patrick Cotner will unbox an action figure of John Ratzenberger with his bare feet.
Yeah.
I think this is
And
great.
do you think, let me ask this, do we want to burn the ask?
No.
Rats? Do we want to burn the rats?
I don't know if we need Ratzenberger on the stream.
I actually don't.
I think he's got a lot of weird stuff that I don't know if we want to be talking about, especially.
I think
this
if I think if we just narrow the conversation to talking
Yeah.
about your feet and opening the package,
We
Yeah.
keep them on rails.
we keep him on a tight leash.
Yes, we keep them
This
on
is
rails.
This is not a place for him to express his political views. This is a place for him to talk about what we want him to talk about.
Yeah.
This is a thing that George and I
you know,
are very
because
good at.
Yes,
Hey,
and
it's
one of the
5:45.
things is like we treat him the way I assume Pixar treats him, which is I'm sure that in the outtakes for every Pixar movie, there's probably a solid 30 to 40 minutes of right-wing political rhetoric that they're just like, just say that you're the underminer.